the radio credits. Garrett, give me a 10-second countdown, please, on when this is over. From Windber Stadium, it is the Appalachian Bowl. Tonight, the Penns Manor Comets and the Berlin Brothersvalley Mountaineers. Todd Marino along with Jake Slobodnik, listening to us on Cat Country 106.3 FM and watching us on Renta Digital TV, brought to you by Tate Supermarket and the Climber Slovak Club. And from our S&T Bank broadcast booth, S&T Bank, building relationships one customer at a time. Tonight, Jake, a chance for the Penns Manor Comets to sort of reclaim the Appalachian Bowl in honor of the Heritage Conference.
Absolutely, and Penns Manor coming into the season picked 5th in the Heritage Conference. A little bit of a chip on their shoulder throughout the season, and, well, they rode that chip to their advantage. 9-0 coming into tonight, but their adversary, the Berlin Brothersvalley Mountaineers, 9-0 on the season as well. Both teams looking to complete their perfected season, while also sending their opponent home with one win. Should be a good game tonight, Todd.
One of the interesting aspects of this game, and one that doesn't get a whole lot of play, is the fact that these teams both know what they're doing next week. Penns Manor is going to be number 1 in District 6 Class A, no matter what happens here tonight.
Right.
Berlin is going to be number 1 in District 5 Class A, no matter what happens here tonight. At some point, coaches are going to have to make some decisions tonight. Are we playing for this game, or are we playing for the playoffs?
Yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of a college bowl game, wherever the coaches have big decisions. You know, do you want to let some of the reserves maybe get some looks and see what they can bring into the season next year and keep these players healthy for the D6 and D5 playoffs? Or do we just send it all out tonight and hope for the best, hope for no injuries? Obviously, we're not coaches. We're not down there. We would make a judgment decision based on that, but honestly, I think if I'm both of these teams, I would send out the best of the best. There's a lot of history riding this game, a lot of weight riding this game as well. I don't care what happens. I'm going to send out my best squad tonight. Penns Manor, as you alluded to off air, Todd, they're missing one of their star players tonight. They'll have to make it up too. They don't want to add to it.
Number 24, Ashton Corvina, is not going to be in uniform tonight. It's interesting that number 24 for Berlin Brothersvalley, the junior Roger Wilson, is not going to be dressing tonight either. He's not quite the key for them as Corvina is for Penns Manor, and that's both offensively and defensively. So that will be a big miss for the Comets, hoping to get him back healthy for next week when they will open the playoffs at home on Friday night against the Glendale Vikings. And that will be the matchup for Penns Manor no matter what happens here tonight. So we'll watch all of this unfold before us here tonight from Windber Stadium on absolutely a gorgeous Saturday night. Really anticipating this here tonight. And thank you for joining us here on Cat Country 106.3 FM, also on Renda Digital TV. Coming up, we're going to have conversations with both of the coaches involved in this game. Much more on the way. It is an Indiana Regional Medical Center high school football Saturday night, a championship night on Cat Country 106.3 FM, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Renda Digital TV.
For the best place to dine in the area, Luigi's Ristorante is an excellent choice before or after any game this season, or for lunch or dinner throughout the week. Every Wednesday starting at 4 p.m., try 2 spaghetti dinners, both with meatball salad and bread, only $12.99 dine-in or $14.99 takeout. For excellent Italian food and wonderful service, come to Luigi's Ristorante in Clymer. Voted Gold, Best All-Around Restaurant, and Best Fine Dining Restaurant in Indiana County.
Luxembourg's Jewelers, a proud supporter of all the area athletes, would like to wish the best of luck to all the Heritage Conference schools and, of course, the Indiana Little Indians this season. With 2 convenient locations, Luxembourg's Jewelers is the winning choice for gifts of any occasion. Show your school pride with gifts ranging from beautifully logoed coffee mugs, keychains, money clips, water bottles, and more. From the Indiana Mall to downtown Indiana, Hip, Jeff, and the Luxembourg's team wishes everyone an MVP season. Luxembourg's Jewelers is Indiana's jeweler.
I'm I'm Shannon Lipniskis. Hutton Blues Insurance of Indiana is proud to support high school football.
I'm Jay Blues. You can't beat football season, and when it comes to your insurance needs, you won't beat the service we provide at Hutton Blues Insurance.
Our family business has served Indiana and the surrounding counties for more than 3 decades.
Once you do business with Hutton Blues Insurance, we'll make you a customer for life.
So best of luck, area teams, from your friends at Hutton Blues Insurance in Indiana.
History of this game, the Heritage Conference, also known as the Appalachian Conference, 37-10 overall, Jake. That's rather dominant, isn't it?
Especially for us out towards the Heritage Conference area, that's a good look. But obviously the Berlin Brothers Valley looking to upend the Heritage Conference representative in Penn's Manor tonight. A lot of history riding this game, Todd. We heard a little bit at the Appalachian Bowl luncheon, and for those listening and watching, you can watch a full replay of those conversations from the Appalachian Bowl luncheon by going to our Renda Digital TV YouTube channel. We have that up for you. Garnered some traction already, but yeah, 37-10 overall coming out of the Appalachian Conference into the Heritage Conference is a really good look. Looking at some of the history, if I'm not mistaken, Blairsville was heavily represented in the Appalachian Bowl back in the older days, and now we see a little bit of a better mix, or more eclectic mix, I would say, between, the Heritage Conference teams. I know Homer Center has found their way here a couple of times. Penn's Manor finding their way tonight. So, you know, a lot of representation from a lot of teams in those years with the Appalachian Bowl.
Blairsville, one of the great representatives in this game. The Ligonier Valley, Laurel Valley connection as well. Laurel Valley winning a ton of these games back in the 1970s and the 80s and the early 90s as well. Since the resumption of the Appalachian Bowl in 2021, it has been dominated by the Heritage Conference as they have continued to win this game. There was one point where there were semifinal games as well.
Yep.
And so here tonight, and the last one I should say was won by Windber last year over Cambria Heights, 42-0. That game ironically played at Penn's Manor. This game here tonight at Windber.
Yeah, and one of the big things for Berlin Brothers Valley is the storyline behind their head coach, Doug Paul. He actually played in the 1987 Appalachian Bowl against United at the time, now United Valley. That was played at Point Stadium, just a couple miles away from Windber Stadium, and that was his sophomore year. He was also on special teams, so he's got a little bit of an emotional connection, and just hearing his conversations and thoughts over at the luncheon the other day, you know, with the COVID pandemic wiping out the 2020 edition, and just overall all the adjustments that, you know, have had to be made over the past couple of years. Coach Paul is definitely glad to be back, and this time as a coach.
And Bill Packer on the other sideline tonight. We'll hear from both of the coaches here as we continue our pregame show. And thank you for joining us here tonight. It is an IRMC High School Football Friday night on Cat Country 106.3 FM and the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and on Renda Digital TV, presented by Clymer Slovak Club and Tate's Supermarket.
The Indiana County Technology Center is now accepting enrollment in our adult education programs. The ICTC's adult education programs offer in-demand post-secondary programs tailored to empower student success. From cosmetology to welding and practical nursing, the ICTC has a program for everyone. Indiana County Technology Center, empowering tomorrow's workforce.
Robindale Energy Services is a proud supporter of high school athletics and our hometown community. To do its part for the local rural areas, Robindale Energy has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot the western Pennsylvania landscape. These waste piles, remnants from past decades of mining in the region, are removed and used to create affordable energy for America. Robindale Energy has helped to clean up hundreds of miles of streams and channels. In the area where the land has been restored for a while, streams have become alive again and able to support plant and fish life. For employment opportunities, contact Robindale Energy at 814-446-6700, extension 120.
Hello, this is John Lefthal, owner and director of the John A. Lefthal Funeral Home, wishing our Penn's Manor Comets much success in the upcoming playoffs. It's always an awesome feeling to achieve success, be it in business or sports. You as players have made our community proud. To be a winner, it takes much dedication, time, and preparation. Give it 100%. Years from now, you will look back with fond memories of what you have accomplished. Go get 'em, Comets. We at the Lefthall Funeral Home are behind you 100%.
Dixonville Moose Fund Route 403 Highway North between Clymer and Dixonville is a strong supporter of local youth, high school student athletes, and organizations, and is proud to be a sponsor of tonight's big matchup. The Moose Lodge is currently in a membership campaign until the end of November. All military veterans who apply for a new membership will receive their second year's dues for free. For more information on events, check them out on Facebook or go to beamoose.org. The Dixonville Moose, voted 2022 Best Bar or Pub.
Our ITT pregame show continues from Windber Stadium with Berlin Brothersvalley Mountaineers head coach Doug Paul. And Doug, you're at it again, I see. 9-0 record, another outstanding season, and you guys, more often than not, have been at the top of the Westpac, and here I find you again.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we've great season this year. Credit to the kids and the coaching staff, but yeah, we're excited to be representing the Westpac here tonight in this game, and against a great opponent from the Heritage Conference in Penns Manor.
Well, first of all, I want to ask you about the defensive side of things because you gave up only 27 points. They came in the last 2 weeks of the season. I've been around for quite a few years, and even what I'm going to bring up goes back before my time in the early 60s when Homer Center used to be called Laura Lamar. They had a team that only gave up 7 points all season long, and that came in a 7-7 tie in the season finale in the mud, I think, at Ligonier. But that was quite a streak. It had to be something they wanted to continue, but boy, when you're in a game in the 60s, there's only so much you can do, right?
Yeah, definitely. We looked at that. We really didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it till after the Windber game in week 4 because Windber has a great football team again this year, and to be able to go into Windber and shut them out at their home field, then it's like, okay, that was 4 in a row, and then all of a sudden 5 in a row happened, and then that's all the media wanted to talk about. It almost became like the weight of the world was on your shoulders, and I think what people missed is even in a lot of those first couple games besides the Windber game, our younger guys were playing the second half, and probably, I don't want to point them out this way, but probably we have 8 linebackers on the roster, and probably our number 8 linebacker actually made 2 touchdown-saving tackles in the fourth quarters of games against other teams. So even the young guys, started feeding off of it, and then in week 8, Cornwall Township broke the streak, and it was kind of stunk at time, but at the same time, it was like a relief off your shoulders. It was like, okay, now let's play football. Let's not worry about, giving up points and playing tense and stuff. So, yeah, credit to these guys again, and our defensive coaches. They get them prepared, get them in the right positions, and, just they get them playing with such a mentality, that they just feed off each other.
Well, let's talk about this Appalachian Bowl because at the end of the night, somebody is going to receive the trophy for the first time in school history. You've participated in just a couple of Appalachian Bowls. You in one against Ligonier back in 2017, and then the other appearance from Berlin goes back into the 1980s for Penns Manor in what might be, you always hate to say last one ever because we thought maybe that was the case back in the 90s and they brought it back, which was kind of neat. But the last Appalachian Bowl, at least for the foreseeable future, you may win your first.
Yeah, definitely. We really, I played in the 1987 one, and then in 2017 in the torrential downpour mud bowl at Ligonier, we got absolutely shellacked. And then, 2020 we had a great team at Berlin too, and that was the year we didn't have the bowl game due to the COVID. We had an undefeated team that year, and but here we are again this year, and yeah, we talked about that at the beginning of the season. Not so much the Appalachian Bowl, but winning the conference, representing the Westpac, and yeah, it's a shame what's happening here in Western Pennsylvania with schools not being able to field football teams and all the mergers and co-ops happening, and the landscape's changing. So yeah, it's definitely exciting to be a part of what could possibly be the last one.
In the 2 minutes we have left, real quickly, can you size up what's next for Berlin with the Westpac dissolving?
Yeah, definitely. We're going to become all sports members of the Intercounty Conference, the ICC Conference next year, along with Mayersdale, North Star, Rockwood, and Windber. So we're looking forward to that too. There's some great football teams down there, and it's actually, being in District 5, it's kind of becoming a District 5. We're joining some more District 5 schools there in Northern Bedford, Tussey Mountain, Everett. So we're looking forward to that. They have some great sports programs there. They had Everett won the state baseball championship this past year, and so we're looking forward to that. You hate to see the Westpac dissolving. From when I started coaching to now, I believe we've lost six football schools. With Turkey Foot, Rockwood, Ferndale, The list goes on there. Blacklick, So yeah, you hate to see it happening, but it's happening. It's changing.
All right, talk about the challenge in front of you tonight.
Oh, this is huge. Their quarterback's by far the best athlete we've seen at the quarterback position all year. The team feeds off of him, but then you just can't key on him because they have 2 or 3 other skill guys that can take it to the house anytime they touch it, and they'll lull you to sleep with a run, and then the next thing you know, they have a guy running down the seam, getting behind your secondary. So we got to play great defense against them. Their offense, but then their defense is just aggressive. They're going to crowd the box. We like to throw the ball. They're gonna man us up on the outside and put pressure on our quarterback and try to make him make bad decisions. So should be a great game.
Tell our viewers and listeners about your quarterback, Pace Prosser.
Oh, he's special. He's a 3-sport athlete. He's just a special kid. He's a coach on the field. As a junior, the first quarterback I've ever given the green light to actually change the play at the line of scrimmage. He's just he's a film junkie. He knows what the defense is going to do. He knows what coverage you're in. We don't run him a whole lot, but he can run when he needs to. And he just sees the field so good.
Finally, keys for you.
We've got to, turnovers are huge in a game like this. Obviously, penalties. You can't be giving up yards. You can't be giving up yards, unnecessarily and stuff like that. But definitely turnovers. Field position's big in games like this, and it's just going to come down to a great football game with 2 great teams playing.
Coach, thanks for doing this. Good luck not only tonight but in your own District 5 playoffs next week as well.
Hey, thank you very much.
Doug Paul, the undefeated Brothersvalley Mountaineers, they're 9-0. The Penns Manor Comets unbeaten at 9-0. And their head coach, Bill Packer's up next when our ITT pregame show continues right here on the Renda Media Football Network.
He went straight to commercial.
The Rose of Sharon Floral Shop in Clymer is a proud supporter of Penns Manor High School. Located in the heart of Clymer, they've been providing beautifully designed floral arrangements specializing in birthdays, anniversaries, get well, funerals, weddings, homecomings, and proms for over 30 years. The Rose of Sharon Floral Shop is the trusted name for all your floral needs. Call 724-254-4234 or visit our website at roseofsharonclymer.net. Go Comets!
Involved in a collision or accident? Call the collision repair specialist, Petrov's A1 Auto Body. A family-owned business since 1946, Petrov's A1 Auto Body has been bringing you the best customer service in the area. Petrov's A1 Auto Body is committed to providing quality services and going above and beyond to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. Call Petrov's A1 Auto Body in Clymer, the collision repair specialist, at 724-254-9417.
Welcome back to Windber Stadium as our ITT pregame show continues from the Appalachian Bowl. And with me is head coach Bill Packer of the Penns Manor Comets, and we want to thank the Clymer Slovak Club and McCabe Roof Funeral Home for making our Penns Manor Comet and the coaches interview possible. Coach, congratulations, 9-0. Let's start with that. I know the kids put in a lot of hard work. Sometimes you hear the old adage, you win the season if you can win the off season. You spoke about that at the Appalachian Bowl luncheon a couple of days ago, didn't you?
Yeah, we're so proud of these kids. Like we said, going into that crossover game last year, we were 3-6, and the kids worked so hard, and they got in the weight room and worked hard in the off season and did a lot of things on their own, which that was big for us, and they got bigger, faster, and stronger, and it just meant everything to them, and they wanted to turn it around, and that they did. So we're proud of them for it.
Yeah, as well, you should be. There's a lot of history with this Appalachian Bowl. It goes back really to the 70s, and then the first Appalachian Bowl played, and they continued it until the 90s. And then for different reasons, with the playoffs coming into vogue, the state playoffs, it went away. And I think some creative minds put it back on the radar in 2016. This will be your first ever appearance, and ironically now it may go away again. I don't know if we want to say forever because that's a long time, but it's a thrill to be here for you.
It is. First time for it's a big deal for the community and for these kids and just for the program. And we're just honored to be there. And like I said, for these kids to be working hard like that, it's nice to see them getting rewarded with a game like this.
And a couple of days ago, the luncheon over at the Richland Township Fire Department, they did a nice job. I think that's one of the rewards that come along with it.
It is. They give them a nice meal. The kids ate real well. I saw them all going for seconds there, and it's just a thrill just to get out of school a little bit, and just rewarding them is a great thing for them.
Well, let's talk about the game. Berlin, like yourselves, 9-0. They had a shutout streak of, I think, 7 weeks, 7 games in a row before they gave up a point. Size up the Mountaineers.
Something that.
Number 8, Josiah Rowe. 8. Number 10, Adrian.
For the best place to dine in the area, Luigi.
Welcome back to Windber Stadium as our ITT pregame show continues from the Appalachian Bowl. And with me is head coach Bill Packer of the Penns Manor Comets, and we want to thank the Clymer Slovak Club and McCabe Roof Funeral Home for making our Penns Manor Comet and the coaches interview possible. Coach, congratulations, 9-0. Let's start with that. I know the kids put in a lot of hard work. Sometimes you hear the old adage, you win the season if you can win the off season. You spoke about that at the Appalachian Bowl luncheon a couple of days ago, didn't you?
Yeah, we're so proud of these kids. Like we said, going into that crossover game last year, we were 3-6, and the kids worked so hard, and they got in the weight room and worked hard in the off season and did a lot of things on their own, which that was big for us, and they got bigger, faster, and stronger, and it just meant everything to them, and they wanted to turn it around, and that they did. So we're proud of them for it.
Yeah, as well, you should be. There's a lot of history with this Appalachian Bowl. It goes back really to the 70s, and then the first Appalachian Bowl played, and they continued it until the 90s. And then for different reasons, with the playoffs coming into vogue, the state playoffs, it went away. And I think some creative minds put it back on the radar in 2016. This will be your first ever appearance, and ironically now it may go away again. I don't know if we want to say forever because that's a long time, but it's a thrill to be here for you.
It is. First time for it's a big deal for the community and for these kids and just for the program. And we're just honored to be there. And like I said, for these kids to be working hard like that, it's nice to see them getting rewarded with a game like this.
And a couple of days ago, the luncheon over at the Richland Township Fire Department, they did a nice job. I think that's one of the rewards that come along with it.
It is. They give them a nice meal. The kids ate real well. I saw them all going for seconds there, and it's just a thrill from just to get out of school a little bit, and just rewarding them is a great thing for them.
Well, let's talk about the game. Berlin, like yourselves, 9-0. They had a shutout streak of 7 weeks, 7 games in a row before they gave up a point. Size up the Mountaineers.
Something else, very impressive. A real nice quarterback offensively. The kid can throw the ball so well, and you have to know where number 5 is, the blue ball kid. They get him the ball a lot. They'll give it to him on a jet sweep, or they'll give it to, or they'll just do things and put him in the backfield and throw him the ball out of the backfield. They just put him in different places, and he's hard to find in that. And we're just going to have to know where he's at all the time. And their passing game's great offensively. Defensively, they're just so fast. Their middle linebacker, number 11, is just a kid that just gets to the ball so quick, and he's strong, and we're going to have to block that kid.
Their quarterback, Pace Proster's thrown for over 1,200 yards, but there are some similarities with your guy, Max Hill. He's a pretty athletic kid, too, isn't he?
He is. He's another kid that, if there's nothing there, he's going to go, and he reminds me a lot of Max. And like I said, he has some rushing yards there, too. He'll also run the ball like we run Max, and they have some set plays for him to do that. But like I said, he's just explosive. If there's nothing there, he makes something happen.
Bill, from an injury standpoint, I know everybody goes through it. You'll be without one of your key performers tonight, Ashton Corvina, but you're hoping to get him back for the start of the district playoffs, right?
Yeah, we're hoping he'll be out this week, and then I think he's gonna be cleared and ready to go. A little head injury there, and I know the kid wants to play, but we're just going to be cautious on this one too, and just get him ready for the playoffs. And I know he wants to play, but we're going to do what we need to do.
Finally, other than the obvious penalties, which at times have bit you this year, even with the 9-0 record, and staying clean in the turnover department, what are the keys for you?
Well, that is a big key. We're going to have good field position, and we're going to have to control the ball a little bit. We need to pound out some first downs and keep them off the field. And again, turnovers and penalties are a big thing. And the penalties have been a big bug for us. And hopefully we can come out and start playing like we need to.
Coach, thanks for doing this. Have fun tonight. We look forward to the District 6 playoffs covering the Comets as well.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks for covering us.
Head coach Bill Packer, 18th season at Penns Manor, most of them successful under him and his fellow coaches who do an outstanding job. We're going to come back to Windber Stadium with more on our ITT pregame show right after this on the Renda Media Football Network.
Down to third in District 6 and elevated Northern Cambria over them. Northern Cambria the winner last night in their game. And so on it goes. We'll have all of the matchups for the District 6 playoffs as this week comes along. Here come the Penns Manor coaches on their way up to the coaching box, breathing very heavily. 46 steps. That's how many steps it is. 46 steps. You guys are upstairs, that stairway over there. Brad Packer, the offensive coordinator, with the handshake. There's Bob Packer, the dad. He's on the way up as well. And so all of that is happening tonight, the Appalachian Bowl, and it is an Indiana Regional Medical Center high school football Saturday night Appalachian Bowl championship game. From our S&T Bank broadcast booth, S&T Bank, building relationships one customer at a time. Our Indiana Total Therapy pregame show continues on Cat Country 106.3 FM, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Renda Digital TV.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Business happens here, and here, and here. At First Commonwealth, we believe that to be the best bank for the businesses that create strong communities, we need to understand the way they work, see their companies firsthand, meet them face to face, and build a relationship so we can help them build their business.
I'm Jerry Roof of the McCabe Roof Funeral Home, and on behalf of all of us here at the McCabe Roof Funeral Home, we want to wish all our hardworking, dedicated high school athletes the very best this football season. May your efforts lead you to victory, game after game.
McCabe Roof Funeral Home in Clymer is the standard in compassion and funeral services in the area. Call them or find McCabe Roof Funeral Home at McCabeRoofFH.com or on Facebook. McCabe Roof Funeral Home wishes all our local athletes the best of luck this football season.
The Clymer Slovak Club is a proud supporter of Penn's Manor Athletics and wishes the Comets the best of luck in the playoffs. The Slovak Club opens 7 days a week with daily specials, including Tuesday Pasta Night, Taco Wednesdays, Thursday is their famous Wing Night, and Friday is Peel and Eat Shrimp. Reminder that tomorrow is the Chili Contest, November 23rd, All-You-Can-Eat Taco Bar, and December 10th is the Members Christmas Party. The club is always accepting new members and is now in a membership special, so just stop on by and join the best club in the area.
Hi, this is George Tate of Tate Supermarket in Clymer, established in 1906. And ever since, it's been our family's mission to be the best community grocery store that we can be. It's been so gratifying that the people of Indiana County have voted Tate Supermarket as the best grocer in Indiana County. We are so grateful and have always strived to live up to our motto that the most important item in our store has always been you, the customer. Thanks again from Tate Supermarket in Clymer, Pennsylvania.
Any fan will tell you.
For our keys to the game tonight, and Jake, I think it's surprising to me how many people think this is a Berlin blowout tonight. So for the Penn's Manor Comets tonight, I think the first key to the game for them is having the confidence with everything that they've been hearing and reading on social media that they can play with this team. I don't think confidence is a problem for the Penn's Manor Comets.
Not at all. If anything, I think they sort of tuned out whatever they heard on social media or local media, whatever it may be, aside from us, obviously. We've been talking them up pretty well. But, yeah, I'd say this is an even-paced matchup. The thing for Penn's Manor, in my opinion, I think they got to, let Max Hill do his thing. He's a natural-born leader. He knows these guys. They've gelled well together. The chemistry on this team is super high. And Max Hill, one of the leaders in the Heritage Conference all this season on both sides of the ball. He comes in ranked 7th in passing, but he made up for it on the ground with 1,310 yards on the ground, and then, in addition, 4 total sacks on the year with 22 yards lost. Just an all-around great talent for the Penn's Manor Comets. He'll be the starting quarterback tonight for Penn's Manor. So, like I said, just let everything run through him, let everything flow, let him lead this team, and we'll see the same Penn's Manor team that we've seen all season long, but that goes the same way for Berlin. Pace Prosser, that number one quarterback they got, he obviously keeps pace. That's why he's named Pace Prosser, and that's what his team likes to do. 9-0, clearly it shows really balanced attack in terms of passing and rushing. So really, I think it's just waiting to see which quarterback not sort of falters, but they're going to be the ones leading the charge tonight. So the key for them, keep their teams in it all night long and think undefeated mentality for both sides.
I think one of the interesting things about that quarterback matchup, Max Hill is a kid who is supremely confident in his abilities and will take a backseat to nobody. Max is very, very comfortable in his skin, as they say, and certainly comfortable running this Penns Manor offense. And when there's trouble for the offense, it's usually Max Hill who helps to dig him out of it. I was watching Pace Prosser in the pregame, and actually I was watching him catch the ball. And they were tossing it to him, and he was catching it one-handed. Generally, he's going to be throwing the football, but that just tells you the athleticism of the kid.
Yep.
He's got that calm grace that you find in team leaders. It's really going to be fascinating to watch him have all of this unfold. So the Penns Manor Comets will start tonight on defense. Let's talk about the Penns Manor Comet defenders. The one guy who won't be there is Ashton Corvina, who is not dressed tonight, and who replaces him at that outside linebacker position is going to be interesting. Carter Smith took the outside in his place last week and the week before when he went down against Marion Center. So Carter Smith would be expected to move from the inside to the outside. Who comes on in the inside? It's hard to say. Is it Britton Gillen? Who just is it who takes over at that inside linebacker? But the down lineman, Nate Raphael, the big senior leader at 270 pounds, Mark Bagley at the one defensive end, Christian Ford at the other tackle, and Alex Polenic will have the other defensive end. The outside backers, Max Hill and most likely Carter Smith. Inside backers, Eamon Lieb has in his sophomore year been a tremendous asset for the Comets, and whoever that fill-in linebacker is on defense on the inside for the Comets. Justin Marshall is your safety for the Comets. Eric Baum and Adam Aldemus are your corners. The Berlin offense, Jake?
Berlin offense will be headlined by quarterback Pace Prosser in his junior season, standing 6'1", 176 pounds. His wide receiver core consisting of Will Latich, Holby McLucas at tight end, Ryan Bluebaugh, the wide receiver. That's another one that Coach Bill Packer has his eye on, is how Bluebaugh is going to be handled tonight. Senior Josiah Rock will be another wideout that you'll see. The running back committee for it's really only one running back, and that's on the hands of Aiden Ream, a junior running back. Stands in at 5'11", 174. The offensive line headlined by Corey Joes, Grant Mathias, Conlon Gare, Aiden Clore, and Cody Livengood.
So there are your lineups tonight. Both teams now out of the locker room getting set to get this one kicked off. The Appalachian Bowl is here, and the fans are standing for the national anthem. And I don't know that we'll be able to pick it up. We'll do our best. Let's find out. There is the national anthem as we get set to play some football. The Appalachian Bowl, maybe the last one ever. One never knows, as it can come back in some form or another at some other point. As we said, the Appalachian Bowl been around since 1973. And
Jack Benedict called the first 14 for us, and it's funny, at the luncheon that was held the other day, Mike Mastovich and Renda Media General Manager Mark Burdig both were talking about the weather conditions that, year after year, it seems like all it wants to do is rain. Mother Nature is not a big fan of the Appalachian Bowl, but seeing both undefeated teams tonight, I think she figured she'd take a day off and let things, sort of clear up a little bit. 48 degrees, clear skies, 0 chance of precipitation for tonight, so with multiple years in the past of torrential downpours, we're looking at a beautiful night for some football, Todd.
Yeah, it's a warm night. It is absolutely a gorgeous night for football. Here in the neighborhood of Windber Stadium, right next to Route 56, headed through Cambria to Somerset counties, and they have the folks out at midfield for the ceremonial toss of the coin. They've already held the official toss of the coin to get this one underway tonight here from Windber Stadium. And next week, of course, is the District 6 playoffs. The high school football season is rapidly coming to a head, and this action here tonight is going to be some football game. We watch Pace Prosser warming up down in front of us on the near sideline. Great athlete. He can run the football. He can pass the football, obviously. And these two teams in the summer 7-on-7 league, they made it to the championship game against each other. And Berlin won it on the last play on a touchdown pass by Prosser. But that's football without linemen. Here tonight, they'll have linemen on the field. They'll be playing a full football game. This is not flag football by any means. So we're going to watch it unfold before us here tonight as the Berlin captains go out to meet the Penns Manor captains, Raphael, Bagley, Marshall, and Max Hill for Penns Manor. For Berlin, your captains tonight, Pace Prosser wearing number 3. Number 5 is Ryan Bluebaugh. Number 50 is Corey Jose. And number 51 is Grant Matthias. And Bixby has decided that Bixby wants to join the conversation. How about we say no to Bixby here tonight?
Only room for 2 commentators up in this booth, plus our technical director for tonight, John Smathers.
None of them named Bixby. She does that as well on my show in the mornings. Once in a while she'll just jump on. But not her call here tonight.
Well, you talk about, just how big that 7-on-7 game was, and now that you say that, linemen are here officially and the stakes are a little bit higher, something tells me, Todd, this is going to be a defensive battle that we're going to see a little bit of maybe a low-scoring affair. Maybe we see the 20-point marker reached, but I don't believe this is going to be like a 50-40 game. I think that defenses are going to stand out tonight. Obviously, defense wins you games, and both teams know exactly what's at stake today. So if they're trying to limit as many points their opponent can get as possible and let their offense do the work. So it's going to be a clash of defenses today, in my opinion.
Those of you who are a bit vertically challenged have a better time in this press box than those of us who are not, as we have the bar right in front of my eyes.
I have no problem. You say vertically challenged.
All right.
Surprised I didn't get asked for a student ID when I walked in.
Official split out. You do have the beard, so. We had a kid in 2nd grade that had one of those beards too, though, so you never know. Comets will kick it off. And usually that means Justin Marshall, although sometimes they go with an alternative kicker.
You might see that tonight,
Colton
considering
Shields.
The standard of the game, how high intensity it is. We might see, you talked about Pace Prosser catching a couple of passes before the game. Wouldn't surprise me if we saw some trick plays from Berlin. Well, actually, maybe both sides tonight. High stakes game, not your average regular season game, so they're going to pull out anything they can.
You know that Berlin is going to be looking for the hook and lateral, which is a favorite for the Comets, and so you'll probably not see it tonight. Marshall will handle the kickoff. And if those return men would do us the kind favor of looking our way, we would get their numbers. Bluebaugh is one of them.
I think it's Will Latich, the other one, number 2.
Here's the approach, and the ball, a grounder, picked up at the 15-yard line into the 20, the 25. And out to the 28-yard line. Trying to reverse across the other way was Will Latich. And he is down at about the 28-yard line. We'll wait for the spot. Mountaineers will start it with 11:53 on the clock. The Appalachian Bowl is underway.
Official game start time, 7 o'clock tonight. Once again, 48 degrees at game time.
They give him the 29-yard line. And here we go. Prosser will start with 3 classmates right back there with him on first down. And there's a flag. right off the bat. This will be most likely offensive.
And probably false start or illegal formation.
And the signal is offsides on Penns Manor. They were in the neutral zone to start it out. And so 1st and 5 for Berlin. They'll move it out to the 34-yard line.
Not entirely sure who was lined up in the neutral zone at that point, but can't be giving up free yardage like that, especially early on in the game.
Your tailback set in the set is Aiden Ream. The play action, he's going to go down the field. He's got his man. Oh, a one-handed catch. What a catch! On 1st down. Will Ladich got out there, and the diving one-hander into Penns Manor territory down to the 40-yard line. 24 yards on the reception.
I don't know how he caught that. He was juggling it on his way down, but somehow last second he was able to get his arm under that and haul that in. Excellent catch.
Inside post, it's 1st and 10. And the handoff and working off the right side. Good 1st down yardage, close to the 1st down. The carry that time from Holby McLucas. Tackled on the far side at about the 32-yard line of the Comets, so it'll be 2nd down and 2, an 8-yard gain.
Well, actually going to say 7, so wow, from up here it looked like he got a lot more.
Now looking for the outside on the left side, getting the 1st down and more, down to about the 22-yard line. The carry that time from Cody Kimmel on the end around.
That run just the result of good offensive line blocking. They provided him a couple of gaps, sensing some heavy pressure from the Penns Manor Comets on the left side, and they just allowed him a little bit of leeway, finding a little bit of room just to run through, get the 1st and in the red zone.
Give him 11 to the 21-yard line. It is 1st and 10 for Berlin, and Prosser is back to pass. He's looking for the end zone. The pass is there, and not able to hold on to it. Calling for the flag, but not getting it is Ryan Blubaugh. He was matched up with Eric Baum on the corner. Had a step on him, but it is incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Mountaineers.
That was a perfect placement. Just I think the heavy defensive pressure committed by Penns Manor allowed him to get that hand in and break it up.
Now on 2nd down and 10. This is Blubaugh running quarterback, and he's going to run to the right side. He is corralled there. Carter Smith has him. Somebody down low. It's winning a gain of about 1, maybe 2. We'll see what kind of progress they give. Blubaugh taking the snap.
Good stop up front by Penns Manor. Now forces a crucial 3rd and 8. Not so manageable if you're Berlin Brothersvalley, but I'd imagine Prosser's going to go through the air here.
From the 19, Prosser in the gun. He'll send a man in motion. Take the snap, roll, wants to roll left and pass. He is hit, gets out of that tackle, hits a 2nd time by Max Hill. Max tracks him down. The sack is a 2-yard loss back to the 21. Max was the first man to hit him. He shed that tackle, but Max stuck with him and got him down.
And that proves why he's the leading one of the leading sackers in the Heritage Conference from the season. Finished the season with 4, and just that explosivity that he had into the backfield. He saw Prosser, didn't even look ahead. He was looking end zone. He was able to get back easily, and again, just great job getting up after taking that initial hit to complete that sack.
Call that a 3-yard loss. It's 4th and 11, and they'll go for it. The snap, and Prosser to his right, look for the end zone, all by himself for the touchdown. Josiah Rock was not in the same zip code as the Penns Manor defense. The touchdown pass covers 22 yards.
Yep, just blown coverage by one of the D-backs for Penns Manor. Couldn't exactly see who, and at that point it seemed like Eric Baum just had to cover 2 wide receivers on his own. But also, obviously good cut toward the end zone and inward by Rock. Left him wide open. He could have went to the sheets across the street, got a cheeseburger, got back just in time to make the catch.
Connor Montgomery will bang the extra point through. 7-0, Berlin Brothersvalley with the lead. It is an IRMC high school football for Saturday night, the Appalachian Bowl, here on Cat Country 106.3 FM, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Renda Digital TV.
The Indiana County Technology Center is now accepting enrollment in our adult education programs. The ICTC's adult education programs offer in-demand post-secondary programs tailored to empower student success. From cosmetology to welding and practical nursing, the ICTC has a program for everyone. Indiana County Technology Center, empowering tomorrow's workforce.
Any fan will tell you the thrill is in the playoffs. Get ready for exciting high school playoff action, college and NFL football, and make your first stop Alley Cat Beverage. Whether you're hanging out before, after, or during the games, Alley Cat Beverage has all your traditional beverages and the newest flavors, your favorite brands and novelties, including slushies and popsicles. Stop in and see the cool cat in town. Back in the alley, where all the cool cats go. Alley Cat Beverage in Clymer. Go Comets! Alley Cat.
Jacob Tate just jumped up to the other side. Nothing about that one. Undoubtedly a false start on Penns Manor.
Second penalty of the night on the Comets. 1st and 15, the football moved back to the 32-yard line. And the play comes in from Eamon Lieb, who now will line up at that left tight end. 1st and 15 for Penns Manor. Hill, the quarterback, is under center. And the handoff is straight up the middle. Turned away by that Berlin defense is Bagley leading the charge that time. Looked like Landon Aldrich. As they just stuffed it at the line of scrimmage, and he actually managed to get forward for a couple. Actually 3, so it's 2nd down and 12.
One thing I'm finding out about this Mountaineer defense, they look and see what Max Hill's doing with the football, and they see immediately who he gives it to. They explode and corral around the ball carrier with explosive defense.
Hill in the gun, wants to pass. And on the throw, it goes straight up into the air. The ball is free, and it's picked up by Brothersvalley, returned all the way to the 3-yard line. Max had no idea where that ball went. It actually fell behind him. They do rule it a fumble.
Yeah, I don't even think somebody hit that. He just lost control of the ball and then couldn't locate it.
The return is by Grant Matthias, and they put the football down at the 4-yard line.
Well, Todd, needless to say, this is not the start Penns Manor wanted, but this is the start that Brothersvalley hoped for, and that's exactly what they got. Now 3 yards away from adding some all-important insurance early on here in the first.
7:41 left in the first quarter, 7-0 Brothersvalley. And Mountaineers football on 1st and goal. And the handoff working to the right side, and one play, and Colby McLucas is into the end zone for the touchdown. 13-0 Mountaineers.
Well, nothing more than just great blocking by the offensive line, and McLucas found a gap, shot his way through, And with just 3 yards to the goal line, that was a rather easy run-in for McLucas. Here we are, 2-score game.
Extra point attempt coming from Montgomery. Snap good, hold good, kick good as well. 14-0, Berlin Brothersvalley, the Appalachian Bowl, from our S&T Bank broadcast booth on Cat Country 106.3 FM, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Renda Digital TV.
There are lots of choices in life. No matter what you're told, when you're hurt and need physical therapy, you have a choice. Smart people choose Mahoning Physical Therapy. Mahoning Physical Therapy has been serving the region since 1989 with experienced therapists, knowledgeable in orthopedic and lymphedema rehabilitation and aquatic therapy. Mahoning is Medicare certified with convenient offices in Clymer and Marion Center. That's a lot of reasons to choose Mahoning Physical Therapy, accepting all major insurances.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
Set to kick off once more is Connor Montgomery. The approach and the kick. Marshall will let it go out of bounds, and Penns Manor will get field position at the 35-yard line. Easy drive summary there, 1 play, 4 seconds to make it 14-0. And the ball simply slipped out of the hands of Max Hill, the quarterback for the Comets. They'll get another chance at it here.
I'm trying to picture exactly what caused him to just let go of the grip. There hasn't been rain at all today, but you know, if you're Penns Manor, you got to put this in the back view mirror and just continue on with playing your best game. Pretend that, you know, this is regular season. You got to have that mentality of, you know, this isn't a specialty game, because then you might get a little bit nervous. You might let the, you know, jitters set in. But if you just, you know, this is just another game. You go out there, rebound from the past 2 mistakes, and put your best foot forward.
1st and 10, Carter Smith comes in motion, and the carry up the center of the football field for Penns Manor. Did they fumble again? Berlin says they did. So do the officials. We'll check the tape. And the handoff to Mark Bagley.
Yep, he lost it.
He lost that ball, and Berlin Brothersvalley comes up with the 2nd turnover of the night, and they are back in business again with 7:31 to go.
I'm not even going to say anything about putting it in the back of your mirror, because this is twice now that I've said it, and the next play after that, it's a turnover. I don't know what they need to do next.
From the Penns Manor 37-yard line, leading 14-0, Berlin Brothersvalley. Paces back to pass. He wants the end zone. He goes long and almost intercepted. Justin Marshall was there for Penns Manor. Falls to the turf. 2nd and 10 on the way.
Good double coverage by the Penns Manor Comets, Eric Baum and Justin Marshall. Marshall able to get in front of him. Had a good opportunity at a pick, but as he was falling down, I think he had it at first, and then it just, you know, the reaction to falling onto the ground sort of got the best of him. But either way, a proactive play for Penns Manor. Now time to build off of it.
Pace Prosser is going to hand it off. Caught in the backfield, and going down is Ryan Bluebaugh for the loss. Bagley back there.
I think Ultimus was the one on the initial hit and the tackle for a loss, actually.
It was Adam Ultimus, who played most of this season with a cast on his arm. That is a 4-yard loss.
Well, here we go, 3rd and long. If I'm them, I don't show blitz. I send my secondaries and linebackers back, because you're probably anticipating a pass from Prosser.
And he's back to pass. He set up a screen. He's got a man wide open, but he missed him. Out in the flat, intended for Cooper Houston. and had room to run, but the pass beyond him. 4th down coming up, and 14 to go for Berlin Brothers Valley, and it looks like they want to try to punt and pin Penns Manor deep. Of course, you got to watch from this point on the field for something tricky.
Yep, 4th and 15. I know I was saying about, holding back the cavalry, but that was a good play call, sending them rushing Prosser to throw a bad throw, and he did. He overthrew his receiver by at least 7 yards.
Blue ball will stand on his 47. Max Hill back to return for Penns Manor. The left foot punt high into the air. And Max will let it bounce inside the 10, and Berlin Brothers Valley will kick it back at about the 1 yard line. Oof. They have played a flawless first quarter. 6:32 to go as Penns Manor gets the football back, and the Comets need to protect this ball, but what do you have, a flag?
Yep, there's a flag around the 27-yard line.
Most likely that's a block on Penns Manor, but half the distance is going to be a
1/4 yard line.
Yeah. They're on the 1. So the officials talking it over. And the signal is a personal foul face mask on Berlin Brothers Valley. And that will give Penns Manor a little bit of breathing space.
Yep, if you're the Comets, you love that call because now it sort of opens the playbook a little bit. You're not trapped within your 1 or, within the 10-yard line at all. So this is a good concept for Penns Manor. Looking forward to what they got to do this series. I mean, keeping it on the ground might be simple enough, but right now you just got to protect the football. You're down 14. You surrender 2 turnovers based on fumbles. You got to solidify that grip, maybe add a little bit of guerrilla attack to it. I'm not too sure exactly, but yeah, Penns Manor, if they can control the ball, they can control the field. It's that simple. Let's see if they can do that.
Well, it's a Penns Manor football. I mean, they bring their own ball, and they move it out to the 16. So the Comets from there with 6:32 left in the opening quarter. Trailing it 14-0. Hill under center.
6:32 in the first.
On the first down, the carry straight up the middle. And that's Carter Smith. Looks like he got about 5 to the 21.
You don't need to make big plays here, little by little. Still lots of game left.
Carter carrying the football where normally that would be Ashton Corvina, and Carter would be playing the wideout or the tight end. 2nd down and 5 from the 21. Again, Hill is under center, and he'll turn and keep it himself. Look for the outside right. He's got a block, and there he goes. He's out to the 30, the 32-yard line. Forced out of bounds. Quick defense by Landon Olderich. Got him out of bounds, but it is a Penns Manor first down. And that's a 12-yard gain out to the 33.
It's a big momentum booster for Penns Manor. And again, Max Hill, we talked about in the pregame, letting him command this offense. It's exactly what he did right there. He was able just to follow his blocks, found a little bit of running room, and once he sees that initial gap, he's going through it no matter what. He doesn't second-guess himself in Berlin. They just left a little bit too much room on that right side. Proved to be valuable for Penns Manor.
5:28 left opening quarter. 1st and 10 Comets from their 33. Smith in motion. It's his carry. Cuts it straight up the field. Rather than looking for the end, gets it to the 36-yard line. Pickup of about 3 or one more to the 4 to the 37. 2nd down and 6 on the way.
Good bounce back read by the Berlin Brothers Valley defense. They knew a run was coming once they saw Smith in motion. They just collapsed on him quickly.
Now Carter Smith back in the huddle. He was down on one knee, but he's back up now. 2nd and 6 coming up on a rolling clock. 4:49 left opening quarter. 14-0 Berlin Brothers Valley. Hill is going to turn and give it to Marshall. Marshall looks for something to develop, and it just won't for him as Cody Kimmel was there to upset him. No gain.
At some point, if I'm Penns Manor, I go through the air once again. I know that Max sort of let go of the ball in his first pass attempt, but with all these consecutive run plays, it's going to make it easier for Berlin Brothers Valley to catch up and sort of get an understanding of how they're going to move the ball down the field. Case in point right there. After a big gain by Max Hill, they only got 3 and then nothing So you got to go through the air a couple times just to vary it up a little bit and get the defense thinking.
3rd and 6 from the Penns Manor 37 for the Comets. Hill again under center. He'll take the snap. There was a little funky movement there. Hill rolls out to his left and tucks the football, and they got him. That'll be a loss of about 3, maybe 4. It'll be 4th down and long.
Something tells me that was a broken play. You talked about the initial start out of the gap, but it looked like Max was trying to look for somebody to throw to on the run, but everybody else was behind him. The only receiver, from what I saw, was Carter Smith, and he was at the Windber W at midfield. I'm not entirely sure what that play was supposed to be.
I think that was a design play. Put the ball up like that and force the defense to maybe slow down a step. They're going to call a timeout. Timeout on the field. 14-0, Berlin Brothersvalley with the lead. It's an Indiana Regional Medical Center Appalachian Bowl Saturday night on Cat Country 106.3 FM, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Renda Digital TV.
Robindale Energy Services is a proud supporter of high school athletics and our hometown community. To do its part for the local rural areas, Robindale Energy has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot the western Pennsylvania landscape. These waste piles, remnants from past decades of mining in the region, are removed and used to create affordable energy for America. Robindale Energy has helped to clean up hundreds of miles of streams and channels. In the area where the land has been restored for a while, streams have become alive again and able to support plant and fish life. For employment opportunities, contact Robindale Energy at 814-446-6700, extension 120.
Bowl 14-0 over Penns Manor. The Comets in a punt situation. Justin Marshall. And back deep for the Mountaineers, Will Ladich and Ryan Blueball. They'll stand at about their 30-yard line. There's the snap and the punt. And it'll be fielded by Ladich to the 34, missed the tackle. The ball comes free, but it looks like Berlin is on this out at the 42-yard line.
That was a good bull rush by Penns Manor. They got to the punt returner quickly, got him to think a little bit. Take a look at that replay on the TV side. Oh yeah, I don't know what he was trying to do. He held out the ball and just almost served it up, saying it's free for all. Whoever gets it, gets it.
Actually give him the 43-yard line. 3:17 left in the opening quarter. 14-0 Berlin Brothersvalley, as they are on their end of the football field for the first time in quite some time. Prosser, the quarterback, is going to turn. He'll hand it to the deep man. That I believe is Aiden Ream. Short gain for Ream out across the 45. They'll give him the 46-yard line. That is a pickup of 3, 2nd and 7 on the way.
From Penns Manor, I know it's close to the 50, but I got to keep Berlin on their side of the field. As you said, it's been a while since they've been here, but they need to take control of this field situation. Force them to punt to give them a little bit better yardage.
Prosser on 2nd down. He'll send Ream in motion, then look for him on the screen pass. Pump it once. Now he'll adjust to his left, and he's got some room up the right side. He's across the 50 into Penns Manor territory. Out of bounds at the 46 of the Comets. That is a first down.
Well, nothing to it. Cut and dry. Just simple adjusting by Prosser. He didn't see anybody down the field at first. There's a little bit of a decoy on that halfback screen to the left, and it looked like he wanted something deeper downfield, but that's good QB presence in order to just tuck it and run and try to make something out of nothing.
8 yards for Prosser on the carry. He's now lined up in the gun. 2:35 to go. They do a check with me. He's alone in the backfield. He's got twins left. The one to the right now coming to the left, and he's going to roll in that direction. Gets by a tackle there. There's a flag that flies. The ball will be overthrown. It falls incomplete. The flag is going to be interesting. Is it a hold on Berlin Brothersvalley or an inadvertent face mask on Penns Manor?
No, that's a hold. Yeah, that's a hold on Holby McLucas. He had a good grip of Max Hill's jersey, prevented him from making a good move on Prosser. That was no doubt a penalty on McLucas.
Now the flag landed on the 44-yard line, but they're going to march this one off, it looks like, from the 48 of the Mountaineers. So in effect that becomes a 14-yard penalty. Officially it's a 10.
If I'm the Comets, I'm salivating at this situation. Force them into a long yardage scenario. The original line of scrimmage is at the Penns Manor 46. They placed it at the Berlin 37.
They need the 36 of the Comets for first down. So it is 1st and 23. Prosser, the quarterback. Call the signals. There's the snap. Looks for the screen. Now he'll come back a second time, and he's got his man Bluebaugh. And he's out across the 40 to the 45-yard line, taking people with him out to the 50-yard line. Carter Smith was on top of him, and it looked like Eamon Lieb was there as well, but he turned that into really positive yardage right to the 50. It's a 13-yard gain.
Bluebaugh went from blocker to open receiver and kind of just traded off, saying, hey, I'm going to get open pretty quickly, so this three-man pass rush isn't going to do anything to Prosser, so all I got to do is just get a little bit open, and once I catch it, I'm going to make some positive yardage no matter what.
2nd and 14, Ream will adjust to the right of his quarterback. And Prosser is going to take the snap. It's up over his head, but he tipped it, controls it. Now he'll just throw it out of bounds. No, it actually was almost caught. A leap there from Cody Kimmel with the athleticism by Prosser.
Yeah, if you're watching on our TV side, that got off the tip of his fingers. He located it quickly, brought it down, and you could just tell he wanted to get something off pretty quick. He didn't have a stable footing on that throw. I feel like if he would have set his feet and made a pretty good throw, that would have been a caught pass.
3rd and 14, but a timeout on the field. 14-0, Berlin Brothersvalley the lead. The Appalachian Bowl on Cat Country 106.3 FM, Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Renda Digital TV.
Hello, this is John Lefgall, owner and director of the John A. Lefgall Funeral Home, wishing our Penns Manor Comets much success in the upcoming playoffs. It's always an awesome feeling to achieve success, be it in business or sports. You as players have made our community proud. To be a winner, it takes much dedication, time, and preparation. Give it 100% years from now, you will look back with fond memories of what you have accomplished. Go get 'em, Comets. We at the Lefgall Funeral Home are behind you 100%.
The Dixonville Moose on Route 403 Highway.
Timeout call. Stops the clock with 1:43 to go. The clock actually stopped on the incompletion. Berlin Brothersvalley with the 14-0 lead over Penns Manor. First quarter action, and they need the 31 for the first down. They're 36 for the first down. They're on the 50. 14 to go on 3rd down. Prosser takes the snap. Lets the defense come at him as he sets up the screen pass. It is caught. Bluebaugh. And he gets away from the tackler. He's down to the 41-yard line. Keeps the legs going. Lieb has him. He's down to the 33.
Wow.
He was caught a couple of times before the Comets finally got him down.
You know, I thought that initial hit by Penns Manor's number 55, Nathan Raphael, I thought that play was going to end rather quickly once Bluebaugh made the catch, but
he had him back at the 45.
Yep. That allowed the defense just to catch up, but it's kind of hard to stop a bull when you're an ant.
Prosser takes a snap. It's whistled dead.
Timeout by Penns Manor.
Penns Manor calls timeout. They didn't like the numbers. They don't like the number on the scoreboard either. 14-0, Berlin Brothersvalley the lead. The Appalachian Bowl on Cat Country 106.3 FM, Trib Live High School Sports Network, Renda Digital TV.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Berlin Brothersvalley has the football, 1st and 10 at the Penns Manor 33-yard line. Comets let them off the hook on that 3rd down call. And so here come the Mountaineers. Pace Prosser will bring his team off the sideline.
Yeah, you just can't be giving away free yardage like Penns Manor's been doing all day. Well, not just yardage, but pretty much free everything. This is like a clearance, clear-out, liquidation sale for a business that's going out of business. It's
Prosser on 1st down. Back to pass. Hit as he releases. It's caught. And Hill will make the stop. on Will Ladich at the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Prosser paid a price on that one.
Yeah, he did, and Penn's Manor has done a really good job of applying pressure to Prosser back in the backfield, but then in turn, they leave an open receiver or two, and Prosser's able to get the ball away quickly. Seems like maybe some defensive back adjustments need to be made.
Clock ticking at 46 seconds left in the first. There's a handoff, and looking for the outside, not getting there, is Cody Kimmel. Forced up into the pocket where he went down. Alex Polenic made the play for Penn's Manor. And it's actually a loss of a yard.
They're 24 seconds. They might just let this run out.
Prosser looks over. It looks like they will. That will be the end of the first quarter. Berlin Brothersvalley leads the Appalachian Bowl 14-0 over Penn's Manor. From our S&T Bank broadcast booth on Cat Country 106.3 FM, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Renda Digital TV.
The Dixonville Moose on Route 403 Highway North between Clymer and Dixonville is a strong supporter of local youth high school student athletes and organizations and is proud to be a sponsor of tonight's big matchup. The Moose Lodge is currently in a membership campaign until the end of November. All military veterans who apply for a new membership will receive their second year's dues for free. For more information on events, check them out on Facebook or go to beamoose.org. The Dixonville Moose, voted 2022 Best Bar or Pub.
Just like the Penn's Manor offensive line provides great protection for the running backs, Gillen's Gun Shop on Airport Road in Indiana can help you with a wide selection of firearms for your family's protection. Gillen's also specializes in firearms and ammunition for sports shooting hobbies, hunting needs, and gun bash products. Gillen's would like to wish the Comets the best of luck the rest of the season and let Brighton know how proud they are of him. Keep up the great work, Comets, from the team at Gillen's Gun Shop on Airport Road.
The Clymer Slovak Club.
Berlin Brothersvalley has a 14-0 lead over Penn's Manor. This is the 9th play of this drive. 8th play, correction.
Total offense tonight, 90 yards for Berlin on 16 plays. Penn's Manor just 1 yard of offense on 9 plays. They were in the negative throughout the majority of that first quarter.
3rd down and 8, and Prosser rolls to his right, releases down the field. He's got his man at the 20 to 15-yard line, all the way down to the 10. The completion is to Will Ladich. And that is a Berlin Brothersvalley first down. All the way down to the 10, it's 1st and goal.
Ladich only had 1 catch and 26 yards in that first quarter. Your first Commonwealth quick stats. Big gain on that.
21 yards, 1st and goal for Berlin Brothersvalley. Prosser rolls to his left, sets up, releases into the end zone. Is that ball caught? No. Athletic move back there by Ryan Bluebaugh, but it falls incomplete. Again, Penn's Manor was there defensively.
And I think Max Hill might have actually been held on that play. They had an official right there to see that, so I'm kind of surprised they didn't throw a flag on that.
2nd and goal from the 10. Week 10 of the high school football season. Prosser went to the sideline to get this play. Play clock at 9 as they break the huddle. They'll have to hustle. 3 seconds. 2, and he takes the snap. Looks for the end zone, can't find it. Adjusts, and back he goes. Now the release, and he threw the ball away. Adam Aldemus came up from the corner to knock down Prosser. 3rd and goal coming up.
Good reactionary defense by Penn's Manor. They knew that they were running up against the clock right there, so Adam Aldemus, he knew that Prosser was going to try to throw one deep. Decided just to jet, come up, try to force him to make a bad throw, and in conclusion he did. To no man's land.
Personnel changes for Berlin Brothersvalley on 3rd down and goal from the 10-yard line. And Prosser lines him up, gets the play from the bench. Here we go. Back will vacate. He wants to pass in the center of the field. It's too strong. 4th and goal coming up. They do have a field goal kicker.
McLucas, I believe, was the one intended receiver on that play, and almost a little bit of a decoy. It looked like they were going to go with number 10, Aiden Ream, on the left for a halfback screen, and then all of a sudden Prosser just guns it up the middle, trying to catch the defense sleeping, but good job by Penns Manor secondary to prevent that from turning disastrous.
Connor Montgomery, a 27-yard field goal attempt out of the hold of Prosser. Montgomery, a sophomore. Snap, hold, and kick, that will not go. And so Penns Manor holds. They'll get the football back. Trailing 14-0 with 11-12 left in the first half.
I don't even know if that was blocked, maybe?
No, it wasn't. It was just...
It was shanked.
It was from the right hash, and he was trying to angle it to the left.
I saw Carter Smith. He got a great break off that line play. So I thought maybe he got a hand on it, but I guess he didn't, as you said.
So they'll bring the football out to the 20-yard line for Penns Manor, and let's see if the Comets can generate some offense against this very fast Berlin Brothersvalley D.
Well, I know it goes without saying, but they absolutely need to. They only have 9 yards of total offense to show after 1 quarter of play. The offense has been really rocky that entire first quarter. They need to change things up here.
Justin Marshall comes in motion, gets the carry. Looks to the right side on the jet sweep, and Berlin Brothersvalley is there. And Marshall will get a yard or two. They'll actually keep walking it forward and give him about 4. And now they put it down on the nose of the ball in the 25, so give Justin 5 yards. Make it 2nd down and 5.
Just following his lead blockers, taking what he can get. Decent run on 1st down.
Now Max in the gun. Bagley to his right, Marshall in motion. Fake to Marshall, Hill keeps it himself. Drives it out to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. 3rd and 1 coming up. On the stop for Berlin Brothersvalley, Aiden Ream. 3rd and a yard. Penns Manor needs to generate offense, and in order to do that, you're going to have to get your first downs.
Max Hill shaken up on the play. He heads over to the sideline. He's going to take a seat.
If that being the case, they're going to call timeout. It's going to be either Justin Marshall running the Wildcat or Eamon Lieb coming in. Timeout on the field, 14-0. Penns Manor trailing, and 3rd and 1 coming up when we return. It's the Appalachian Bowl on Cat Country 106.3 FM, the Trib Live High School Sports Network TV.
The Climber Slovak Club is a proud supporter of Penns Manor Athletics and wishes the Comets the best of luck in the playoffs. The Slovak Club opens 7 days a week with daily specials, including Tuesday Pasta Night, Taco Wednesdays, Thursday is their famous Wing Night, and Friday is Peel and Eat Shrimp. Reminder that tomorrow is the Chili Contest, November 23rd, All-You-Can-Eat Taco Bar, and December 10th is the Members Christmas Party. The club is always accepting new members and is now in a membership special, so just stop on by and join the best club in the area.
Manor, if Max Hill is able to go, could put him back in.
I think he's still on the sideline, Todd.
He is. I believe Justin Marshall will take this snap. No, that's Lieb. And Lieb will hand it off. Driving forward. I think he got the 1st down.
He did. Both side judges say that he made it past. In fact, I think they are going to give him the 31.
It's Mark Bagley. And he did pick up 2. 1st and 10, Penns Manor. Here comes Hill back onto the field. So Eamon Lieb did take over for 1 play. Now he will adjust to the outside.
Did a great job as the impromptu quarterback.
Smith and Marshall split wide left. Bagley to the right of Hill. On 1st and 10. Hill looks to pass. Outside pattern for Marshall falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Again, not a great grab behind that pass.
Coverage by Caleb Roars.
Trying to throw to Marshall. Passing has not been the Comets' friend all day, rather.
Well, they've not really had much offensive opportunity. They put the football down twice in that first quarter. They trail it here 14-0. Second quarter action. Hill calls the snap on 2nd and 10. Outside, he's got his man. The completion is to, I believe, Adam Altimus.
Yep, that's Adam Altimus, and he did a really good job there trying to just dive low, getting as many yards as he can instead of taking a hit. You got to credit him with trying to get as much out of nothing. Well, not so much nothing, but...
They give him the 37. It's a pickup of 6, or actually the 38, a pickup of 7 yards. 3rd down and 3 coming up. Here come the Comets again, playing without Ashton Corvino, a key part of their offense. Hill is under center. On 3rd and 3. Motion man is Altimus, his carry. Turns it up the field. He's shy of the first down, got to the 40. So the pickup of 2 for Carter Smith. And 4th down coming up. They actually give him a pretty generous spot if they give him that. My goodness.
They gave him the first.
You can hear the Berlin Brothersvalley fans. They don't like it. The officials are eyeballing it, and they give him the first down.
Wow.
3 yards on that carry.
You say generous. That was a gift. I think he was stopped a yard shy of the first down marker.
And, yeah, I had him at the 40. They have the football at the 41. We'll take it, says the Comets.
They need it.
1st and 10. Penn's Manor with the second first down of this possession. Now they're going to have to hustle back. 10 on the play clock. Hill went to the sideline to get the play.
4 first downs tonight for the Penn's Manor Comets.
6 as they break the huddle. 2, 1, they get the snap off. It's Marshall. Right side. Berlin Brothersvalley is there. Marshall gets away from 1 and the second, but not the 3rd, and they get him for a big loss. Back to the 36 and maybe even the 35.
Yeah, Marshall tried looking for that end, but the Mountaineer defense just collapsed that side, and once he turned back around, all he saw was a wave of dark blue. And I know he tried changing directions and going to the near side, but unfortunately, I think he probably would have been smarter just by trying to take it out of bounds maybe.
Grant Matthias over there to force him up. It is a 5-yard loss, 2nd and 15. Hill takes the snap, wants to throw. And he wants it long for Marshall, and it is intercepted. Prosser to the Penn's Manor 40, the 30. Steps out of a tackle to the 20. Inside Hill to the 10, to the 5, and into the end zone.
And a late flag, number 31, Mark Bagley threw Prosser to the ground well after he crossed the goal line. I think emotions are really starting to get the best of Penn's Manor right now.
Pace Prosser with the interception return. We'll see where he grabbed onto that ball. Right at the 45-yard line. And so a 55-yard interception return for Prosser. They will kick for the extra point and then tack the penalty onto the...
Yeah, Prosser just slammed down
onto the kick.
That was an unnecessary move by Bagley. I understand you're in a hole early on in the game, but you can't let your mind get the best of you at this point.
All right, so Montgomery for the extra point out of Prosser's hold. And he will bang it through. Berlin Brothersvalley leads the Appalachian Bowl 21-0. You're watching it and listening to it. Cat Country 106.3 FM, Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Renda Digital TV.
So what sets S&T apart from other financial institutions is that they are visionary. Now, we understand that it is partially about the numbers, but they know it's not just about the numbers. It's about the management team, it's about the strategic and business plan, it's about how the team is going to execute on that. In short, S&T gets it. Quite honestly, we couldn't have done it without S&T.
Hi, this is George Tate of Tate Supermarket in Clymer, established in 1906. And ever since, it's been our family's mission to be the best community grocery store that we can be. It's been so gratifying that the people of Indiana County have voted Tate Supermarket as the best grocer in Indiana County. We are so grateful and have always strived to live up to our motto that the most important item in our store has always been you, the customer. Thanks again from Tate's Supermarket in Clymer, Pennsylvania.
Valley will kick it off from the Penns Manor 45-yard line after the 15-yard penalty. And they lead it 21-0, and we mentioned in the pregame, Jake, that at some point these coaches have to make some decisions about how important this game is to them. We may be close to that point right now.
Yeah, especially if you're Penns Manor. You got District 6 playing next week. This one's getting out of hand pretty early on. 21-0 with 7 minutes remaining in the second quarter. You got to start thinking about the possibility of injuries.
Montgomery will kick it. I would assume he's going to put this on the ground because he doesn't want to give him the touchback and the ball to 35. He actually does put it in the air, and Penns Manor will let it go into the end zone. So not the best of moves there. But they have that 21-0 lead tonight from our S&T Bank broadcast booth. S&T Bank, building relationships one customer at a time. And the numbers are not pretty for Penns Manor.
Not at all. Max Hill, 1 of 3 passing with only 6 yards and a pick 6. Pace Prosser, though, 6 of 13 passing with 100 yards even and a touchdown. The rushing core for Penns Manor hasn't really got much off the ground. Carter Smith leads the way 4 attempts, 26 yards. Berlin, led by Colby McLucas, 2 rushes on 12 yards. A lot of their success from the air.
First Commonwealth Bank quick stats. First Commonwealth Bank, time to be first. Member FDIC. First and 10 from the 20, Smith in motion. Second man around is Marshall. Sheds a tackler, but he's deep in the backfield and looking for something on the edge. And he does get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard further before he is driven out of bounds by Pace Prosser. And they give him close to 5 yards. In fact, they'll put it right on the 25-yard line. They have tried and tried the left side of the Berlin Brothersvalley defense, and they've not found a lot of room there.
No, and a lot of it's been with Justin Marshall, too. Marshall's a really good running back, but might want to vary it up just a little bit more.
He's in motion now. He'll the fake, keeps it himself out to the 28, maybe the 29 before he's brought down. Blue ball on that tackle. He's to the 29, third down and a yard coming up. Very conservative offense for Penns Manor so far.
Well, yeah, because every time they try to get aggressive, it hasn't really worked out in their favor, mostly through the air.
Ultimate's wide left. Twin backs behind Hill on third and a yard. And the carry belongs to Bagley. He's out across the 30 to the 33-yard line. That is a first down for the Comets.
Bagley now with 8 yards on 4 carries, averaging 0.5 yards per carry.
So he gets 4 there. Clock rolls at 5:35 left in the first half. 21-0 Berlin Brothersvalley with the lead. Comets to the line of scrimmage. Hill under center. And he will take the snap, turn. And this is Smith. And Carter's out to the 39-yard line before he is brought down.
Decent 7-yard carry. Trying to get some big chunks of yardage without trying to do a little too much.
2nd and 3 coming up. 5th play of the possession. 21-0 and 4:54 left in the first half. It's one of those situations where you'd like to keep the ball the rest of the way if you're Penns Manor. And they'll hand it off again to Smith, and he is going to be close to the first down. Don't know if he got there.
Looks like he is. He looks like he got it.
And officials are going to signal it. Yes, indeed. In fact, they give him the 44. So he got 4 according to that spot. 4:28 left in the first half. Remember, Penns Manor will get the ball to start the third quarter. From the 44, Marshall in motion. Whistle. That's a procedure call on Penns Manor. Out of sorts.
This entire game's out of sorts. Tell you what, though, Berlin, they came out of the gate. We were talking about their opening decision to get the ball, and I think it's really worked in their favor. They've had momentum on their side this entire game. Anytime Penn's Manor tried to, it was mounting a rally at any point, Berlin just swept it from under the rug.
Well, the first play from scrimmage was a 24-yard diving pass reception. It sort of set the tone for this first half. Penn's Manor's Hill back to pass. He's got his man on the left side with some room to the 50. Marshall to the 40, to the 30-yard line, and the great speed of Justin Marshall. And that is what you call positive yardage.
And that's the big play that Penn's Manor needed to maybe mount a rally, excuse me. And Justin Marshall, he caught the ball, wasn't looking back. He kept his legs churning. He was looking end zone and red zone, but I think they'll take it down at the 25.
36 yards to the 25 of the Berlin Brothersvalley Mountaineers. Marshall has speed to match anybody.
So now the question is, do you go back to the run game, or do you try to keep it through the air? Things have been looking good so far through the air this drive.
And they're going to run a jet sweep here. Marshall has the carry. Dip the shoulder, it's not there. And has to roll back to the line of scrimmage, and does, no gain.
Well, you can see why it was easily snuffed out by the Berlin defense. That's a play that they've really worked this entire first half. So they already have it on their radar, and anytime they see Marshall in motion, they already know it's going to go to him. So it's easy just to keep your eye on it and follow him throughout the entire process and bring him down in the backfield.
They do have the reverse in there, though, so let's see if they're trying to set him up for it. On second down, Hill spins, keeps it himself. He gets a block. He's inside the 25, but only to about the 24-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. And we'll have to wait for that spot. It's in front of the Brothersvalley bench. Bagley led him out of the backfield and through that block. So 3rd and 9 coming up after the gain of 1 for Max Hill. From the Berlin Brothersvalley 24-yard line, trailing 21-0 with 2:35 left in the first half. Hill is in the gun. Bagley to his right. Marshall in motion. The snap, rolling to his right. Hill, the release. Looking for Eamon Lieb, and it falls incomplete. Timing was not great, and 4th down coming up.
Lieb was looking for a cross route in. That throw just a little too high up, and I'm really scratching my head at that pass decision because there was at least 3 defenders in the vicinity. If that was a little bit lower, that could have been picked off.
4th and 9 from the 24 for the Comets. Aldemus goes wide right. Men on either wing. For Hill, he sends Marshall in motion. Takes the snap. Max rolls to his right. Berlin chases. Steps between 2 tacklers, but then they catch him. Drop him for the loss. Back at the 26. Penn's Manor will turn it over on downs.
Not a good look after building that big wave of momentum, especially headlined by the Marshall reception. And I think that was just a lapse in offensive or blocking from the offensive line on Penn's Manor. They didn't buy Max any time back in the backfield, so.
Media timeout, 21-0, Berlin Brothersvalley the lead. You're watching it on Renda Digital TV, listening to it on Cat Country, 106.3 FM, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
The Indiana County Technology Center is now accepting enrollment in our adult education programs. The ICTC's adult education programs offer in-demand post-secondary programs tailored to empower student success. From cosmetology to welding and practical nursing, the ICTC has a program for everyone. Indiana County Technology Center, empowering tomorrow's workforce.
At their own 27-yard line, leading at 21-0 with 2:15 left in the first half, and Pace Prosser quickly with his team to the line of scrimmage. And on first down, the handoff, and nothing doing there. The tackle of running back Cruz Rodriguez Garcia.
That's a unique name.
Gain of a yard. Second down coming up. In on that stop for Penns Manor, Alex Polenic. Prosser wants to throw, and he wants to go long for Blue Ball, and a great catch by Blue Ball. All the way down to the 32 or 37-yard line.
Eric Baum was on his tail the entire time. They were neck and neck, almost glued to the side. I don't know how Blue Ball went up and got that, but he got both hands up there and came down with it on the dive.
33 yards on the reception, and scoring territory again for Berlin Brothers Valley. Now, little run pass option there, and he keeps it in the belly of his running back. Carter Smith is going to bring down Garcia. It is a gain of 2, 2nd and 8 coming up.
Only a minute and a half left in this first half.
Timeout on the field called by Berlin Brothers Valley. They lead at 21-0. It is an IRMC high school football Saturday night, the Appalachian Bowl, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. And it's Cat Country 106.3 FM, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Renda Digital TV.
Business happens here, and here, and here. At First Commonwealth, we believe that to be the best bank for the businesses that create strong communities, we need to understand the way they work, see their companies firsthand, meet them face to face, and build a relationship so we can help them build their business.
Left in the half. They all have 2nd down and 8 at the Penns Manor 35-yard line, leading at 21-0. As they come to the line of scrimmage. Braden Pytash takes over at that left corner for Penns Manor. Prosser in the gun. Sends a man in motion, strong to the left, and that's the direction he rolls. He sets up, now he wants to release back the other way, looking for his man, and the defense on Josiah Rock, that time from Pytash, falls incomplete. Clock will stop with 1:23 left in the half. 3rd and 8 coming up.
Berlin faithful wanted a pass interference there. I think that's more of a bang-bang play. Maybe Rock was coming towards the ball. That's why they didn't call it.
Corners will switch because Baum is following Blue Ball wherever he goes. 3rd down and 8. Blue Ball lined up on the right this time across the center of the football field. He's got his man. Completion to the 10. Making the adjustment and into the end zone for the touchdown goes Holby McLucas. Matched up one-on-one. And he had just a step, and Prosser found him.
I'm really impressed how Prosser's commanding this offense for Berlin Brothers Valley. Anytime he finds a little bit of trouble, he just seemingly knows where to place it up in the air. You see on your replay on the Renda Digital TV side, he saw both ends closing in. He quickly got a glance of McLucas downfield, just tossed it up, trusting his receiver that he'd catch it, and fortunately for him, he did.
35 yards. The extra point from Montgomery is driven through. It is 28-0, Berlin Brothers Valley with 1:21 left in the half. From our S&T Bank broadcast booth, it is Cat Country 106.3 FM, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Renda Digital TV.
Hello, this is John Lefgall, owner and director of the John A. Lefgall Funeral Home, wishing our Penns Manor Comets much success in the upcoming playoffs. It's always an awesome feeling to achieve success, be it in business or sports. You as players have made our community proud. To be a winner, it takes much dedication, time, and preparation. Give it 100% years from now, you will look back with fond memories of what you have accomplished. Go get 'em, Comets. We at the Lefgall Funeral Home are behind you 100%.
I'm Shannon Lipniskis. Hutton Blues Insurance of Indiana is proud to support high school football.
I'm Jay Blues. You can't beat football season, and when it comes to your insurance needs, you won't beat the service we provide at Hutton Blues Insurance.
Our family business has served Indiana and the surrounding counties for more than 3 decades.
Once you do business with Hutton Blues Insurance, we'll make you a customer for life.
So best of luck, area teams, from your friends at Hutton Blues Insurance in Indiana.
The extra point as well, 28-0. Berlin Brothersvalley the lead as the Mountaineers will kick it off. It'll be picked up by Marshall at the 18-yard line. Across the 20 and to the 25, and that's where he'll go down with 1:14 left in the first half. Penns Manor football.
If I'm Penns Manor in this situation, you got to take as many shots downfield as possible, down 28. Try to put something up on the board before the halftime break. And neither team with a timeout left, so clock's going to be against them this situation.
From the 25, Penns Manor football. Marshall will go wide right. And Bagley is the single back behind Hill. It's the carry for Mark Bagley, and he's going to get 2 or 3 before he is tripped up. Penns Manor going to be content here, aren't they?
Yeah, a minute left, and they're going to play the short game, which baffles me in so many words.
I believe it's called regrouping, and that's what they plan to do come halftime. The clock inside 45 seconds now. And Bagley will remain the single setback. Everybody in tight for the Comets. The man comes in motion, that's Smith. He cuts it to the 30, the 32-yard line. There's a flag. And Smith took a hit on the knee as he went down. Was that Baum? No, that's Carter Smith. And that is a hold on Penns Manor. That'll cost him 10.
It's another 5th penalty for 40 yards.
They'll put the ball down at the 18. They'll need the 35 for the first down. So with 30 seconds to go in the half, Penns Manor will have 2nd down and 17. $18, I should say. Eamon Lieb will come onto the field. The clock will roll, and they'll run one more play. 7 on the play clock. Hill takes the snap, turns, hands the football off. And Bagley will get it to the 19-yard line, a gain of 1, and the half has expired. Berlin Brothersvalley, a 28-0 lead at the half in the Appalachian Bowl. Presented on Renda Digital TV by the Clymer Slovak Club and Tate Supermarket, and on an Indiana Regional Medical Center high school football Saturday night, championship night, on Cat Country 106.3 FM and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
I'm Shannon Lipniskis. Hutton Blues Insurance of Indiana is proud to support high school football.
I'm Jay Blues. You can't beat football season, and when it comes to your insurance needs, you won't beat the service we provide at Hutton Blues Insurance.
Our family business has served Indiana and the surrounding counties for more than 3 decades.
Once you do business with Hutton Blues Insurance, we'll make you a customer for life.
So best of luck, area teams, from your friends at Hutton Blues Insurance in Indiana.
Any fan will tell you the thrill is in the playoffs. Get ready for exciting high school playoff action, college and NFL football, and make your first stop Alley Cat Beverage. Whether you're hanging out before, after, or during the games, Alley Cat Beverage has all your traditional beverages and the newest flavors, your favorite brands and novelties, including slushies and popsicles. Stop in and see the cool cat in town. Back in the alley, where all the cool cats go. Alley Cat Beverage in Clymer. Go Comets!
Alley Cat.
Robindale Energy Services is a proud supporter of high school athletics and our hometown community. To do its part for the local rural areas, Robindale Energy has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot the western Pennsylvania landscape. These waste piles, remnants from past decades of mining in the region, are removed and used to create affordable energy for America. Robindale Energy has helped to clean up hundreds of miles of streams and channels. In the area where the land has been restored for a while, streams have become alive again and able to support plant and fish life. For employment opportunities, contact Robindale Energy at 814-446-6700, extension 120.
The Dixonville Moose Farm. The Dixonville Moose Farm.
It is Berlin 28 and Penns Manor nothing. The Berlin Brothersvalley Mountaineers came out hot. A 24-yard pass reception on the very first play of the game, and Jake, they took it from there and started the first of a very dominant series of plays.
Yep, 4 touchdowns this entire first half for Berlin Brothersvalley. The first came at the 9-minute mark. In the first quarter, Pace Prosser found a number 8 Josiah Rock for 21 yards to kick off the game scoring. The point after by Connor Montgomery, obviously good. Colby McLucas then answered back a couple of minutes later, less than 2 minutes later to be exact, with a 4-yard touchdown rush. That, I believe, was set up by the Max Hill fumble.
Yes, it was.
Went to throw. He lost the ball, and it was returned to the 4-yard line. And then Max Hill, it was intended for Adam Ultimus, I believe, downfield. And it was intercepted by Pace Prosser, who took it about 55 yards to the house, and then moved the lead 21-0. Prosser then once again found Colby McLucas for his third passing touchdown of the game, this one from 36 yards out, to give him the 28th point. They could have been up by 3 more, but a missed field goal in the half places our score 28-0.
Comets actually turned the football over on consecutive plays, a fumble by Hill followed by another fumble on the next time they got it after that second touchdown by Berlin Brothersvalley, and then the pick 6 later. So 2 fumbles and an interception, as Berlin Brothersvalley's defense is everything that it has been reputed to be. And they lead it 28-0 at the half. And this, of course, is Week 10, and this will conclude Week 10 and the regular season, if you will. In high school football, the District 6 playoffs will begin next week. Berlin Brothersvalley will be in District 5, and they'll run through their playoff run. Penns Manor will be the number 1 seed in District 6 Class A. They'll play Glendale on Friday at Penns Manor High. We'll get a broadcast schedule put together for you once the official pairings are announced. Halftime, and it's 28-0. Berlin Brothersvalley the lead in the Appalachian Bowl on Cat Country 106.3 FM, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Renda Digital TV.
Looking for one of the coolest new products in the market, or maybe looking for that unique Christmas present? Psst! It will cure your pain at the pump.
SeaWorld Satellites is now offering the Go Express e-bike, made for the urban commuter and weekend adventurer, combining city cruising and all-terrain riding. From pavement to hills, streets to sand, take your Go Express bike to your next meeting or exploration. This e-bike can run up to 18 miles in electric mode. To look at or take a test ride, come to SeaWorld Satellites on Wayne Avenue in Indiana.
The team at Sheets and Climber would like to wish all the athletes the best of luck in tonight's matchup. If you're watching and listening and you're hungry or thirsty, Sheets and Climber is the place to go. Before, during, after the game, or anytime. MTO sandwiches, hot dogs, crispy chicken, fresh salads, or cool down with a smoothie, candy, gummies, fried pickles, mac and cheese bites, and jalapeno poppers. Don't forget to bring your Sheets rewards card and take advantage of great Sheets offers. Sheets and Climber, a proud partner of the Penns Manor Comet.
The Climber Slovak Club is a proud supporter of Penns Manor Athletics and wishes the Comets the best of luck in the playoffs. The Slovak Club opens 7 days a week with daily specials, including Tuesday Pasta Night, Taco Wednesdays, Thursday is their famous Wing Night, and Friday is Peel and Eat Shrimp. Reminder that tomorrow is the Chili Contest, November 23rd, All-You-Can-Eat Taco Bar, and December 10th is the Members Christmas Party. The club is always accepting new members and is now in a membership special, so just stop on by and join the best club in the area.
Just like the Penns Manor offensive line provides great protection for the running backs, Gillen's Gun Shop on Airport Road in Indiana can help you with a wide selection of firearms for your family's protection. Gillen's also specializes in firearms and ammunition for sport shooting hobbies, hunting needs, and gun bash products. Gillen's would like to wish the Comets the best of luck the rest of the season and let Brighton know how proud they are of him. Keep up the great work, Comets, from the team at Gillen's Gun Shop on Airport Road.
Brothersvalley with the lead over Penns Manor, and 2 quarters yet to play. Remember, Penns Manor will get the football first to start this second half, and there is going to be some question as to exactly how they're going to approach this. With a 4-touchdown deficit, it doesn't appear as if they have any sort of momentum to get back into this football game, so how much do you protect your ball club for the District 6 playoff run, which they hope will go pretty deep?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a point where we see some reserves come in, you know, as you said, in preparation for next week. This would be a lot different if Penns Manor was doing really much of anything on offense, but so far this game, they've only had 80 yards of total offense. I would imagine it could be around 90, but they ended that first quarter with negative yardage. So maybe the question does pose a point. You obviously never want to give up in a game time scenario, but considering that district playoffs hold a little bit more weight than tonight, not to take anything away from the Appalachian Bowl, but as you said, I think maybe resting some of your starters will actually do you some more good than harm. Todd, if you don't mind, I'd like to take a look at some first half stats.
Yep.
Max Hill for passing-wise for Penns Manor, 2 of 5, 42 yards, 1 pick, 6. Rushing for Penns Manor, Carter Smith leads the way, 7 attempts, 38 yards on the ground, averaging 5.4 yards per carry. Mark Bagley follows in behind him. Well, Justin Marshall does as well with 5 carries each. Bagley with 12 yards, Marshall with 5. Max Hill has carried the ball 7 times as well, but negative 17 yards. A lot of it not getting the blocking he needs. For Berlin Brothersvalley, through the air, Pace Prosser has looked dominant. 8 of 16, 172 yards. I might actually have to refresh this and get the updated. No, 8 of 16, 172 yards and 2 touchdowns. Thought he had 3, but we'll have to go back and look at the scoring once again. Rushing-wise for Berlin, not much to it. 2 attempts for Colby McLucas with 12 yards, 1 rush for Cody Kimmel on 11 yards total. That's tonight. Receiving has been the big thing for Berlin Brothersvalley. Ryan Blubaugh has 3 catches, 66 yards, averaging 22 yards a catch. Will Latich, 3 catches, 49 yards. Colby McLucas, Josiah Rock, each with 1 carry, but both with a touchdown as well. I said carry, I mean catch. McLucas with 36 receiving yards, Josiah Rock with 21. As both teams line up here at the end of the first half, 204 yards total offense for Berlin Brothersvalley as opposed to Penns Manor's 80. Penalties, 5 penalties for Penns Manor for 40 yards, only 2 for Berlin Brothersvalley. That resulted in 25 yards. Penns Manor, 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, 1 interception. No turnovers at all for Berlin Brothersvalley. Punting-wise, well, they've only had 1 each. Penns Manor 34 yards punting, 41 yards for Berlin. 1 sack each for each team. Time of possession, Penns Manor holds more time of possession with 14 minutes. Berlin, though, they've made their offensive possessions work. Only 8.5 minutes of total possession, and they lead at 28-0.
Well, they do have 2 touchdown passes. On the first drive, the touchdown pass to Josiah Rock, then the run for Holby McLucas, the pick 6 for Pace Prosser, and then the last touchdown pass to McLucas as well. And so that's the 2 touchdown passes, a run, and a defensive touchdown for Berlin Brothersvalley in a very complete first half for the Mountaineers. Penns Manor's marching band is performing in the stands. We don't get to see them at the halftime show. The Berlin Brothersvalley band has finished its performance, and so we have a bit of an opportunity here tonight to talk about the upcoming District 6 playoffs and find out who is going to play where. Of course, we know that in District 6, Penns Manor will finish number 1 in Class A, and they will play Glendale next Friday night. Northern Cambria is the number 2 seed. They'll take on Moshannon Valley. Cambria Heights, the 3, will play Homer Center at Cambria Heights, and the 4-5 matchup will be Portage at Juniata Valley. So those are the 8 teams that make it out of Class A. And if they do it as they have done it in the past, the 1s and 2s will play on Friday night. The 3s and 4s will host their games on Saturday night. So that would put Homer Center playing on Saturday night. That would put Penns Manor and Northern Cambria both playing on Friday night. Also on Friday night, the number 8 seed in AA is West Shamokin. If they have anybody left, they were down to their 4th quarterback last night, Dylan Wolf. Now, the kid did run for 224 yards as the 4th quarterback, but they'll take on the top seed in Class AA, and that is Richland, which is 10-0. West Shamokin finishing at 5-5. The other matchups in Class AA, Mount Union at Penns Valley, Bellwood Annis, which got waxed last night. People surprised at how badly they got beaten. They'll play at Bold Eagle Area, which took care of Purchase Line 19-0 last night. Southern Huntington at Bishop Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle was beaten last night as well. Some of the interesting scores going on there. And of course, Purchase Line was in that last position in the Class A, but Glendale, with their win last night over Kerwinsville, they vaulted over Purchase Line, which lost their game to Bald Eagle Area 19-0. So District 6 will announce officially the pairings, but that's the way that it typically has run in the past, and that's what we anticipate will happen again.
So being a younger guy, not from, hasn't been around too long to understand fully how these playoffs work, will they release these rankings, or these pairings, I should say, tomorrow, or will we see them Monday as sort of like an early week news blast?
Most likely it'll be tomorrow.
Thought so. That's going to be interesting to see. And for those listening and watching, remember your hometown radio stations will have broadcast information later this week. How things are going to go.
It'll certainly be part of the Monday morning sports on our render broadcasting stations. We've got one more edition of the Luther Ford Lincoln Coaches Corner program to run next Saturday as well on WDAD. So Ward Hilliard and I will talk it over, and with the number of teams that are playing and that are left from the Heritage Conference, of course, if you don't win, you're done. And we're anticipating that the season has only a couple of weekends left unless somebody can get on a run. Penns Manor, of course, is a team that you would expect could make some noise in the playoffs. The Comets need to get healthy, though. And tonight's game isn't really an indication of the Penns Manor team that we've seen all season long. One of the intriguing teams to watch is Northern Cambria, as the Colts are the number 2 seed now, and they really have done themselves well, and they've gotten a little bit healthier. Colton Peronish and Ty Dumm missed the middle to late portion of the season. They've both been back in there these last 2 weeks, and that can help the Northern Cambria Colts.
Especially with that quarterback Owen Booker under center. He's looked dominant all season long, and that's not a name that we pay attention to too much in the Heritage Conference or throughout the majority of the season, but he's made a case as to why he's one of the top quarterbacks in the conference, and now that he's got 2 of his main weapons back, it's going to make for an interesting game Friday night in Northern Cambria.
And Cambria Heights coach Jared Lewis told me this morning on Coach's Corner that it looks like Ty Stockley may be back next week for the Highlanders as they start their playoff run. Last year they were knocked out in the first round. They want to take a bit of a run this year and make up for that. They have a team that can explode as well with Tanner Tribus and Ty Stockley. The Portage Mustangs, interesting game for them against Juniata Valley. Portage is a team that they were beaten last night. I believe the final was 31-0, and they were up against a really tough ball club in this Windber Ramblers team on this very field. It's, against that particular team and the Schuster kid who passed the 2,000-yard mark on the season and the 6,000-yard mark on his career, as Coach Slonick told me this morning, if you could sort of put together a football player from all of the players in the Heritage Conference and come up with that kid for Windber, it would be a combination of Lou Swartz and Max Hill with another step of speed.
Yeah, and you know as well as I do, because you cover those two teams religiously, that's a pretty accurate representation. Lou Schwartz, unfortunately, his season ending so abruptly because of an ankle injury. But, Max Hill, too. Obviously uncharacteristic performance tonight by him, but, he's got that speed to burn, so pretty accurate comparison.
All right, it is halftime, and it is 28-0. Berlin Brothersvalley with the lead. And, of course, we're bringing you this football game tonight from our S&T Bank broadcast booth. S&T Bank building relationships one customer at a time. And it's Penns Manor and Berlin Brothersvalley in what probably is the final Appalachian Bowl, certainly the final one for a while. And on Renda Digital TV, it is brought to you by Tate's Supermarket and by the Clymer Slovak Club. We want to thank all of our sponsors all season long. I want to thank Garrett Clark for taking some time out of his Saturday night and coming in to engineer this game for us back at the studios of Cat Country. John Smathers is here, of course, running Renda Digital TV. That's a guy that never gets any rest. And who's up top?
What is rest? Up top is Reagan. She is an IEP student in the comm media department. She's helped out all season long, more or less with Indiana, but able to take some time out of her busy schedule.
Hi, Reagan. She's up above us on the next floor where there is no enclosure, so she's braving the elements today, and it's getting a little bit colder by the minute. All right, both football teams are out. Penns Manor will get the ball first to start our second half as we bring you this football game here tonight. And the Appalachian Bowl was a long storied football game involving what was once the Appalachian Conference. And we talked about its history. The Appalachian Conference and the Westpac, the latest iteration of it. It was renewed in 2016, and until last year, the Heritage Conference had won them all. And I'm just taking a look at how they did this year, because our Renda Digital TV poll, or rather our Renda Broadcasting poll this week, was how many games will the Heritage Conference win?
I think right now we are at 7-2.
So those of you who picked 7, looks like you are the ones who are most likely to succeed. Getting set to kick this one off. Connor Montgomery, ball on the tee. Ready to get the second half underway tonight from Windber Stadium. The approach, and the ball is in the air. Fielded at the 21-yard line by Hill. To the 25, the 30, the 35-yard line, and brought down at about the 37. We'll wait for the spot.
I'm going to wait until we see this first offensive drive by Penns Manor here in the second half. Something tells me that if things don't get clicking like they hope, we might see, like what you said, Todd, a little bit of reservation for their main starters for next week. We might see some of the reserves get some time in the Appalachian Bowl.
37-yard line for the Comets, and first down coming up. Hill under center. And one would think if they're going to turn conservative, we'll see Mr. Bagley and Mr. Marshall a lot. This carry is for Justin Marshall, a loss of a yard, as he's brought down by Aiden Ream.
And you said it, we're going to see a lot of Bagley and Marshall. They're playing a conservative game.
And the football put down on the 35-yard line. It ended up being a loss of 2. He was at the 36, but they put it at the 35, so make it 2nd down and 12. Hill goes to the gun and looks downfield. Marshall with the turn in, catches the ball, 40, 42-yard line. And they're going to say that's where he went out of bounds.
Just a simple curl route executed to perfection. Hill was looking for Marshall right out of the gate. He found him, threw it on a dart, and able to get a pretty good gain out of it.
7 on the gain. It's 3rd down and 5. That is the exact pattern they run when they run the hook and lateral, but I don't know that we're going to see that kind of trickeration here in the 3rd quarter of this game. Might as well not show that to Glendale, huh? 3rd and 5. The snap, and Hill steps inside the rush, and they get him. No gain. The play that time from Holby McLucas. And 4th down coming up. Penns Manor will bring the punt team on.
Well, certainly could have been a lot better, but it also could have been a lot worse, that offensive possession. Not the way you want to start off the second half, but we'll take it, all things considered.
Marshall will stand on his 35. The return man, I believe Blue Ball is back there. Comets switch out of it, and they'll go shotgun. Try to draw him offside with Lee, but won't happen, and so Marshall will drop back into punt formation with 3 on the play clock. There's the punt. Bouncing at the 34-yard line, and will be down at about the 30. So Berlin Brothers Valley leading it by a score of 28-0 gets its first possession of the second half. They will put it down.
If I'm Berlin Brothers Valley, I want to keep that momentum I built up that entire first half of play on this first offensive possession of the second half. If I'm Pace, I'm looking right down the field for a long pass.
They put it at the 29, 1st and 10 for the Mountaineers. Pace is going to turn and hand it off. And that is going to be Ream. And he's going to get it out to the 34. Pickup of 5. 2nd and 5 on the way. They pull that actually back to the 34-yard line, so it's a pickup of still 5. Out of the gun on 2nd down. This is the pistol. And Ream again. He's got it to the 35-yard line. Before he's brought down. 3rd down, they give him the 36. 3 to go.
Well, big question surrounding Penns Manor's defense. Can they stop him? Force him to go 3 and out.
The snap, and
nope.
Little hook to Blue Ball. He's got the first down out to the 43.
Yep, that was just an executed play. Blue Ball, simple curl route, as you said, resembling what Marshall did on the opposite end of the field. Caught it. All he needed was a couple of yards, and they got it with ease.
7 yards to the 43. It's 1st and 10. Berlin Brothers Valley. The turn and the handoff. Big hole there for Ream. Up from the secondary comes Aldemus to bring him down right at the 50-yard line. That is a pickup of 7. (28-0) Berlin Brothers Valley the lead tonight from our S&T Bank broadcast booth. S&T Bank, building relationships one customer at a time. 2nd down and 3. Again, Ream adjusts the footwork, and there he goes. He's to the 45 of Penns Manor, the 35, now the 30, down to the 25-yard line, working his way across the field before Justin Marshall finally catches up to him.
I don't know how he squeezed through both of those gaps, especially right up at the line of scrimmage. There was a whole corral of players. On our TV side, you can see what I mean. Found a little bit of an opening. Normally should have been brought down, but not the case.
28 yards. First down from the 23. 27 yards, I guess. Now the end zone, McLucas is all by himself. His third touchdown of the night. The catch off the touchdown from Pace Prosser, and it is 34-0, just like that.
Todd, with the extra point here, we could be sent into the mercy roll. And that was just a lapse in coverage in the secondary, leaving him wide open. Not the first time that we've seen that tonight, but it's amazing that we've seen two plays that resemble the same secondary coverage.
Connor Montgomery for the extra point, and it's good. Berlin Brothersvalley leads at 35-0, 7:33 left in the third quarter. It's an IRMC High School football Saturday night, Appalachian Bowl championship night on Cat Country 106.3 FM, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Renda Digital TV.
The Indiana County Technology Center is now accepting enrollment in our adult education programs. The ICTC's adult education programs offer in-demand post-secondary programs tailored to empower student success. From cosmetology to welding and practical nursing, the ICTC has a program for everyone. Indiana County Technology Center, empowering tomorrow's workforce.
I'm Jerry Roof of the McCabe Roof Funeral Home, and on behalf of all of us here at the McCabe Roof Funeral Home, we want to wish all our hardworking, dedicated high school athletes the very best this football season. May your efforts lead you to victory, game after game.
McCabe Roof Funeral Home in Clymer is the standard in compassion and funeral services in the area. Call them or find McCabe Roof Funeral Home at McCabeRoofFH.com or on Facebook. McCabe Roof Funeral Home wishes all our local athletes the best of luck this football season.
Night, and it is 35-0 as the Mountaineers kick it off. Handled again by Marshall, actually Hill this time, at the 13. He's out to the 30-yard line, looking for some space. Hill still not finding it. Hit and brought down out at about the 39.
Well, Todd, with that last touchdown pass, Pace Prosser now over the 200-yard mark. 10 completions, 18 attempts, 202 yards, 3 touchdowns. And you talk about McLucas, 2 catches, 59 yards, 2 touchdowns. Your first Commonwealth Quick Stats, First Commonwealth Bank, time to be first.
And there's an immediate timeout. 35-0. Berlin Brothersvalley the lead. It's an IRMC High School football Saturday night on Cat Country 106.3 FM, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Renda Digital TV.
The Rose of Sharon Floral Shop in Clymer is a proud supporter of Penns Manor High School. Located in the heart of Clymer, they've been providing beautifully designed floral arrangements specializing in birthdays, anniversaries, get well, funerals, weddings, homecomings, and proms for over 30 years. The Rose of Sharon Floral Shop is the trusted name for all your floral needs. Call 724-254-4234 or visit our website at roseofsharonclymer.net. Go Comets!
Hi, this is George Tate of Tate Supermarket in Clymer, established in 1906. And ever since, it's been our family's mission to be the best community grocery store that we can be. It's been so gratifying that the people of Indiana County have voted Tate Supermarket as the best grocer in Indiana County. We are so grateful and have always strived to live up to our motto that the most important item in our store has always been you, the customer. Thanks again from Tate Supermarket in Clymer, Pennsylvania.
And Penns Manor now trailing 35-0. They'll hand it off to Mark Bagley on 1st and 10 from their 39-yard line. Bagley will punch it out to, I should say the original line of scrimmage was the 34-yard line. He'll get it to the 37, a pickup of 3. And it is just under the 7-minute mark left in the third quarter now. Berlin Brothersvalley, only score of this second half, their only possession as well. Max Hill under center, sends Justin Marshall in motion and gives it to him. Marshall on the jet sweep, looks for the right side, nothing doing. Might have given him a yard before he's driven out of bounds. McLucas is there, Blubaugh is there. And they will give him the 39, so a 2-yard gain.
When you talked about it earlier, Todd, Penns Manor resorting to a little bit more of a conservative approach on offense, rightfully so, trying to conserve these players for next week when District 6 playoffs start.
3rd down and 5 for the Comets. Hill in the gun. Takes the snap, looks to pass. And overthrows Carter Smith, 4th down on the way. Incomplete pass. Now the clock continues to run under the mercy rule, even on the incompletion.
That one just got away from Hill. Didn't have a great grasp on it. Overthrew literally everybody.
Max has had some problems gripping the ball tonight.
Yep, fumbled one. Passing-wise, not the greatest. 3 of 7 for 49 yards. And while he's not known to throw a lot, normally we see a lot better performance from him.
Justin Marshall will stand at his 27. The snap will bounce back to him. He's going to pick it up, keep it himself. He's got a lot of room. 1st down across the 50-yard line, 45, down to the 40 of Berlin Brothers Valley. So the low snap, and Justin Marshall turns it to his advantage.
And you don't teach awareness like that. Marshall realizes he's got a wide open gap on the right side. He can keep this drive alive. Everybody thought that it was just going to be a standard punt. Nobody obviously expecting a low snap like that, but credit to Marshall for recognizing the playing field in front of him and capitalizing on it.
They give him 15 yards, say he stepped out of bounds at the Berlin 46. So, Comets maintain possession. And Marshall now will come in motion again. They'll run the reverse to Smith. Smith looks for room, can't find it. Adjusts to the back of the backfield and then surges forward. He's going to end up with a gain of about a yard.
There's a flag on the play, too, around the 38.
And Adam Aldemus throws his hands up in disgust because that's a holding penalty on Penns Manor.
Actually, I think they signaled illegal hands to the face or illegal block, one of the two.
They will walk it back from the 45 all the way to the Penns Manor 45.
Clock stopped momentarily to spot the ball and assess the penalty.
So 1st and 20 for Penns Manor after the 10-yard penalty. Hill will go into the gun. Nobody back there with him. Takes the snap. Looks to pass. 4-man rush. He tosses it long. He's got Justin Marshall. He ran underneath it and could not hold on to the football. That was a touchdown.
And Marshall knew it. That's a catchable pass right in his breadbasket. That's probably the most accurate pass that Max Hill's offered tonight. I don't understand how he didn't catch that.
We watched the replay. Justin Marshall, he was about 3 yards beyond the nearest defender, Bluebaugh, and very upset with himself. 2nd and 20 coming up. Clock rolls at 4:02 left in the 3rd quarter. 35-0, Berlin Brothers Valley the lead over Penns Manor. And there's a penalty flag, and that will be a delay of game. No, it's an illegal substitution. It's a 5-yarder.
Still a worse scenario now, 2nd and 25.
And again, the clock continues to roll, so limited opportunities to say the least. Well, Justin Marshall's going to see that in his nightmares, huh?
Yeah, he's going to see that in his nightmares, and Mike Evans of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is going to be right beside him.
That must be a reference to pro football?
Yes, because Mike Evans did the exact same thing the other day against Miami.
Comets going to call timeout. 3:16 left in the 3rd quarter. 35-0, Berlin Brothers Valley the lead. It's an IRMC High School Football Appalachian Bowl Championship night on Cat Country 106.3 FM, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Renda Digital TV. if you want to feel a little bit better, it's the ball's on the 40 and they need the 36 for the first down. So 2nd and 24. Does that help?
Yep, a little bit. Tell you what though, Todd, while the play on the field has been one-sided all night, weather has been absolutely spectacular. I'm sure Mark Burdig is sort of jealous for not coming out this year to do the game, because it seems like every time he did it, it downpoured. Well, he's not here tonight, and it's beautiful out.
Yeah, I don't know that he'd be jealous of this. 2nd down play. Hill takes the snap, looks one way, then the other. Now he's going to tuck it. Adjusts himself and stay behind the line of scrimmage, releases, it's incomplete. 3rd down coming up.
And if I'm Max there, I just tuck that and run, try to get any positive yardage I possibly can. One way or another, clock's still going to continue to roll, so an incomplete pass does you nothing, and nobody was in the vicinity on that.
It'll be 3rd down and 24 from the 40-yard line of the Comets. They need the 36 of Berlin Brothersvalley. 28-0 at the half, now 35-0 in this football game. Week 10 of the high school football season. Here's Max again. Takes the snap, rolls to his right, sets up for a screen pass, and Berlin Brothersvalley covers it. Now he's going to try the swing back pass, and Carter Smith with a jump ball. It will fall incomplete. 4th down coming up.
All night long, Berlin Brothersvalley have just been creating opportunities on defense, are able to get through to the backfield rather quickly, force Max Hill to make a couple of errant throws, hold the rushing game in check. Really, if you're saying it's a bad offensive game by Penns Manor, you're wrong. This has just been a very defensive effort by Berlin Brothersvalley.
Caleb roars on the defense with that jump ball against Carter Smith. Marshall stands at his 28 for this punt and gets a boomer off. It'll bounce at the 29-yard line of Berlin Brothersvalley, roll all the way to the 10, where it will be down. What a punt there for Justin Marshall. 1:34 left in the 3rd quarter on the change of possession, 35-0. Berlin Brothersvalley with the lead.
50-yard punt by Justin Marshall. Not a bad boot at all. If I'm not mistaken, that was only the 2nd punt tonight by Penns Manor, the 3rd total between both teams.
So 1:34 left in the 3rd quarter. For Berlin Brothersvalley, they take over 90 yards away from the end zone. Prosser, the quarterback, is going to turn and hand it off. Is that Ream? Yes, it is. And he's dancing, looking for a little bit of space, finding just a little bit of a crack. He might have gotten it to the 12 before he's finally brought down. Up off the bottom for Penns Manor is a little bit of a limp there. They don't want to see that for the Comets, and that is Polenic, I believe. Yeah, Alex Polenic, the sophomore. It is a 2-yard gain. It's a 1.
Yep, 1 yard.
It's a lot of dancing for 1 yard. 44 seconds left in the quarter. They'll go traditional I now, and they hand off to Ream, and he's out across the 15, all the way out to the 19-yard line. Oldham is tied up with blue ball there, or with McLucas. some wrestling match going on there. The carry is out to the 19. It'll be 3rd and a yard.
I think the Mountaineers are just going to let the quarter expire.
Indeed they do. 35-0 at the end of 3. Berlin Brothersvalley the lead in the Appalachian Bowl on Cat Country 106.3 FM, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Renda Digital TV.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
At IRM IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Involved.
Tonight, Berlin Brothersvalley has had it all their way. They lead it 35-0 at the end of 3. Mountaineers football, 3rd down and a yard at the 19. Their 19.
Quick look at your total yardage here after 3 quarters of play. Both sides, well, it's rather lopsided. 284 yards of total offense for Berlin Brothersvalley and 105 just for Penns Manor.
3rd and a yard. The fullback is Cody Kimmel. Aiden Ream is the tailback. Kimmel will get the carry. Out across the 20, he's got the first down. Looks like they'll give him the 23, a pickup of 4. First and 10. Right back to the line of scrimmage. Check with me at the line. Here come the Mountaineers again. They'll go traditional I again. And the turn and the carry for Ream. Everybody up on that line of scrimmage, if you can get through that initial wave, you're going to have yourself some room to run. You're going to give him out to the 29-yard line. No, I'm going to say the knee actually went down back at the 28. So it's a pickup of 4.
Yep, if I'm Berlin Brothersvalley this entire quarter, I'm keeping it on the ground. That clock is running no matter what, so now you're just looking for the W.
And no injuries.
That's true.
2nd down and 6. And the up man, the fullback, that is Kimmel. And short gain. He got only a yard before he's brought down. Nathan Raphael in there on that stop. Third and 5. Short 5. Prosser is in the gun. 3 men back there with him. On 3rd down, Ream will vacate the backfield. The handoff is to McLucas. And he breaks 1 tackle and a second, gets out to the sideline, and he's got a first down and more, all the way out near the 50-yard line. That's a whale of a running back there.
Yeah, he plowed over 2 men right at the original line of scrimmage and just kept on churning. And it results in a lot of pay dirt for him, the first down and a whole lot more, including, oh, now they're going to place the ball. Is that at midfield?
Looked like it right on the 50-yard line. Holby McLucas is 6'2" and 206 pounds. And they actually gave him the 45 of Penns Manor. I did not see a flag there. I just looked up and they were standing on the 45.
I think they were trying to figure out where exactly he stepped out at. McLucas now 3 carries, 33 yards rushing.
High snap and the handoff once more. Straight up the middle. And to the 44. And that is Garcia with the carry there. Cruz Rodriguez Garcia. The guy's got 3 last names.
Normally you see guys with 2 first names, 3 last names. That's a rarity.
2 first names means he's a radio announcer. 2nd and 9 from the 44 of the Comets. Prosser the handoff. And Ream. You saw Aldemus coming up on that right side of the Berlin offense, and he just threw on the brakes. He really wasn't keen to take a hit there. And so they give him the 42-yard line. It's a pickup of 2, 3rd and 7 on the way. 8:47 left in the fourth quarter, I should say. 35-0 Berlin Brothers Valley. Pace Prosser, as it's been strictly between the tackles here. And this is Cruz Rodriguez, or Rodriguez Cruz. He is caught in the backfield. Eamon Lieb was there, and also for Penns Manor there. Number 78 is a name we haven't called a lot tonight, Evan Turinsky. And it is a loss of 2, and fourth down coming up. And they will get into punt formation. Bluebaugh standing at his 46. And Penns Manor doesn't have anybody back.
Looks like they're awaiting a fake, maybe.
Finally, Pytash will go back. And they're going to fake it at a 35-0 lead. A left-handed or left-footed kick will go into the end zone. Penns Manor will get the touchback. Football out at the 20-yard line. It is 35-0. Berlin Brothers Valley the lead, the change of possession. Tonight from our S&T Bank broadcast booth, S&T Bank, building relationships one customer at a time. 7:44 showing on the clock as Penns Manor gets the football.
Berlin takes a timeout.
Timeout by the Mountaineers. They lead at 35-0 on Cat Country 106.3 FM, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Renda Digital TV.
Involved in a collision or accident? Call the collision repair specialist, Petrov's A1 Auto Body. A family-owned business since 1946, Petrov's A1 Auto Body has been bringing you the best customer service in the area. Petrov's A1 Auto Body is committed to providing quality services and going above and beyond to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. Call Petrov's A1 Auto Body in Clymer, the collision repair specialist, at 724-254-9417.
Business happens here, and here, and here. At First Commonwealth, we believe that to be the best bank for the businesses that create strong communities, we need to understand the way they work, see their companies firsthand, meet them face to face, and build a relationship so we can help them build their business.
Called that timeout, so both teams could switch to their JV units. Penns Manor football and the carry for Troy Williams, who is a sophomore, 5 feet 9 inches tall. And Troy's going to lose about 2, maybe 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 13 for Penns Manor.
Well, we were expecting it all game long, and here we are in the late goings of the fourth quarter with a running clock. Both JV units get in, some good experience for the younger guys, preserving the starters for next week.
Williams gets this carry, and he has some room. And he gets out across the 25-yard line to the 28. See if they put it down the 29. They do. So nicely done by him as he got back the 3 he lost, and another 9, a 12-yard carry. 3rd and a yard for Penns Manor.
A little interesting fact about the Heritage Conference since 2016. Ligonier Valley, representing the Heritage, won 4 straight Appalachian Bowls, outscoring Westpac opponents 200-16 with 2 shutouts.
Eamon Lieb, the quarterback, turned and he bumped into his running back. And by the time the two of them got untangled, Dallas Leisure was downed for a loss. They're actually going to say no gain, 4th down coming up. And Justin Marshall will come back out onto the football field to handle the punt for Penns Manor with the clock rolling at 6:00. 6 minutes left. I was waiting for it to tick off.
It's going to be the 2nd straight shutout in the Appalachian Bowl in favor of the Westpac.
Look at that punt.
Wow.
That bounces on the 25-yard line. The line of scrimmage was the 20. It was 55 yards in the air. And then lands at the 12 is where it's finally dead.
Wow, I'd say maybe at least a 74-yarder. That was a spectacular punt.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
There are lots of choices in life. No matter what you're told, when you're hurt and need physical therapy, you have a choice. Smart people choose Mahoning Physical Therapy. Mahoning Physical Therapy has been serving the region since 1989 with experienced therapists, knowledgeable in orthopedic and lymphedema rehabilitation and aquatic therapy. Mahoning is Medicare certified with convenient offices in Clymer and Marion Center. That's a lot of reasons to choose Mahoning Physical Therapy, accepting all major insurances.
For the best place to dine in the area, Luigi's Ristorante is an excellent choice before or after any game this season, or for lunch or dinner throughout the week. Every Wednesday starting at 4 p.m., try 2 spaghetti dinners, both with meatball salad and bread, only $12.99 dine-in or $14.99 takeout. For excellent Italian food and wonderful service, come to Luigi's Ristorante in Clymer. Voted Gold, Best All-Around Restaurant, and Best Fine Dining Restaurant in Indiana County.
Berlin Brothersvalley takes over the football at the 12-yard line. And on first down, the carry is going to be in the hands of Trace Hay, a sophomore. And he got about a half a yard. Give him a yard. Second down on the way. 5:05 left in the fourth quarter. 35-0. The Mountaineers lead it. And they will break the huddle once more. And the handoff to the 15-yard line. The quarterback for Berlin Brothersvalley is Mac 4. 3-yard gain there. Out to the 16-yard line, it is third down and about 6.
Well, Todd, if they can complete this shutout, the Westpac will have shut out the Heritage Conference for a total of 76 points to nothing over the past 2 seasons. In the Appalachian Bowl, that is.
That's not a happy stat, unless you happen to be from the Westpac. This handoff looking for the edge and out of bounds at about the 19-yard line. Ball carrier that time was Hayden Hutzel, and a fourth down call coming up. Needed 6, and he got about 3. So another punt situation. And for Penn's Manor, Pytash needs to get back there. They're just waiting for the play clock to get down as far as it can before they snap it. And the Comets will not return this punt, which will bounce at the Penn's Manor 44-yard line and then be downed at the 45. Took a hop back the other way. 3:04 left in the football game. 35-0. Berlin Brothersvalley with the lead.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations.
Eamon Lieb, the quarterback. And on first down, he'll turn, hand it to Pytash. Jets up the field, nicely done by him. He took a whale of a hit there. But into Berlin Brothersvalley territory, he gets it down to the 44-yard line. That's a pickup of 11 for Braden Pytash.
Hayden Hutzel in on the stop that monstrous hit, a sophomore. making the most of his opportunity on the gridiron.
First and 10 from the Mountaineer 44. Lieb again. Turns. A handoff. Nice yardage. Down across the 34-yard line. Close to the 31-yard line. The carry that time for Dallas Leisure. They're going to give him the 32. 12-yard gain. Now the Berlin fans want this shutout. 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Penns Manor ball at the 32 of the Mountaineers. Man comes in motion. That's Pytash. He's got the carry, and he's got room to the 20-yard line. Knocked down at the 19. 13 yards there for Braden Pytash. And so Penns Manor, they can get themselves organized, get up there, get a couple of plays off. 1:35 on the clock as they break the huddle again. Lieb will turn, he'll give it to Leisure. Leisure, he again has room. Down to about the 11-yard line. Pickup of 8. And second down and 2. 1:05 as they break the huddle. Lieb turns. Handoff, Pytash lost the football. Who is on it?
I think Penns Manor might have fallen on top of it.
They did get it back. The loss is 3 yards back to the 14. 37 seconds to go, and third down coming up and 5 to go. They sprint to the line of scrimmage. 28 seconds to go. Lieb, and Penns Manor was moving there.
Nope, it's on Berlin. Oh, wait, yep, Penns Manor. Forgot who was on offense and defense there for a second.
So march it back 5 and make it third down and 10. 21 seconds. Clock continues to roll. This will be the final play if they even get it off.
Yeah, they're going to go for it.
9 seconds. Lieb rolls out, wants to throw. Tux now throws for the end zone, and the ball is intercepted out of the end zone. Clock shows zeros. And it is officially an interception, but it is also officially the end of the game. Berlin Brothersvalley is your Appalachian Bowl champion. The First Commonwealth Bank postgame show is next. 35-0 is the final. On Cat Country 106.3 FM, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Renda Digital TV.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially
For the best place to dine in the area, Luigi's Ristorante is an excellent choice before or after any game this season, or for lunch or dinner throughout the week. Every Wednesday starting at 4 p.m., try 2 spaghetti dinners, both with meatball salad and bread, only $12.99 dine-in or $14.99 takeout. For excellent Italian food and wonderful service, come to Luigi's Ristorante in Clymer. Voted Gold, Best All-Around Restaurant, and Best Fine Dining Restaurant in Indiana County. The Clymer Slovak Club is a proud supporter of Penns Manor Athletics and wishes the Comets the best of luck in the playoffs. The Slovak Club opens 7 days a week with daily specials, including Tuesday Pasta Night, Taco Wednesdays, Thursday is their famous Wing Night, and Friday is Peel and Eat Shrimp. Reminder that tomorrow is the Chili Contest, November 23rd, All-You-Can-Eat Taco Bar, and December 10th is the Members Christmas Party. The club is always accepting new members and is now in a membership special, so just stop on by and join the best club in the area.
Hello, this is John Lefgall, owner and director of the John A. Lefgall Funeral Home, wishing our Penns Manor Comets much success in the upcoming playoffs. It's always an awesome feeling to achieve success, be it in business or sports. You as players have made our community proud. To be a winner, it takes much dedication, time, and preparation. Give it 100%. Years from now, you will look back with fond memories of what you have accomplished. Go get 'em, Comets. We at the Lefgall Funeral Home are behind you 100%.
So what sets S&T apart from other financial institutions is that they are visionary. Now, we understand that it is partially about the numbers, but they know it's not just about the numbers. It's about the management team, it's about the strategic and business plan, it's about how the team is going to execute on that. In short, S&T gets it. Quite honestly, we couldn't have done it without S&T.
Just like the Penns Manor offensive line provides great protection for the running backs, Gillen's Gun Shop on Airport Road in Indiana can help you with a wide selection of firearms for your family's protection. Gillen's also specializes in firearms and ammunition for sport shooting hobbies, hunting needs, and gun bash products. Gillen's would like to wish the Comets the best of luck the rest of the season and let Brighton know how proud they are of him. Keep up the great work, Comets, from the team at Gillen's Gun Shop on Airport Road.
FDIC, the final score tonight. Brothersvalley 35, Penns Manor nothing, as the Comets got behind the proverbial 8-ball right from the opening at the game and just could not catch up. They gave up a 24-yard diving pass reception on the very first play from scrimmage by Brothersvalley. That was after a Penns Manor 5-yard penalty to open the game, and they put together a 7-play, 71-yard drive to take the 7-0 lead on the touchdown pass, which for Brothersvalley went to Josiah Rock. I think that was the last time we called Josiah's name all night, because after that it was the Hobie McClucas show. So we're going to talk about that here during our post-game show, give you the scoring summary, some of the numbers from this game as well, as Brothersvalley comes away with the Appalachian Bowl championship. 35-0 is the final. Our First Commonwealth Bank post-game show continues. First Commonwealth Bank, time to be first. Member FDIC. It is the Appalachian Bowl on a Saturday night, an IRMC high school football night on Cat Country 106.3 FM, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Renda Digital TV.
Hello, this is John Lefgall, owner and director of the John A. Lefgall Funeral Home, wishing our Penns Manor Comets much success in the upcoming playoffs. It's always an awesome feeling to achieve success, be it in business or sports. You as players have made our community proud. To be a winner, it takes much dedication, time, and preparation. Give it 100%. Years from now, you will look back with fond memories of what you have accomplished. Go get 'em, Comets. We at the Lefgall Funeral Home are behind you 100%.
Toolik Valley Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning wishes the Comets all the best in tonight's game. Toolik Valley Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning congratulates the coaches and players for all their hard work and dedication, and for all the excitement these high school athletes bring to the community. And for fast, reliable, and professional plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service, call Toolik Valley Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Alberta, or online at ToolikValleyPlumbingandHeating.com.
Hi, this is George Tate of Tate Supermarket in Clymer, established in 1906. And ever since, it's been our family's mission to be the best community grocery store that we can be. It's been so gratifying that the people of Indiana County have voted Tate Supermarket as the best grocer in Indiana County. We are so grateful and have always strived to live up to our motto that the most important item in our store has always been you, the customer. Thanks again from Tate Supermarket in Clymer, Pennsylvania.
So what sets S&T apart from other financial institutions?
The Dixonville Moose on Route 403 Highway North between Clymer and Dixonville is a strong supporter of local youth high school student athletes and organizations and is proud to be a sponsor of tonight's big matchup. The Moose Lodge is currently in a membership campaign until the end of November. All military veterans who apply for a new membership will receive their second year's dues for free. For more information on events, check them out on Facebook or go to beamoose.org. The Dixonville Moose, voted 2022 Best Bar or Pub.
So what sets S&T apart from other financial institutions is that they are visionary. Now, we understand that it is partially about the numbers, but they know it's not just about the numbers. It's about the management team, it's about the strategic and business plan, it's about how the team is going to execute on that. In short, S&T gets it. Quite honestly, we couldn't have done it without S&T.
The Dixonville Moose on Route.
I'm Jerry Roof of the McCabe Roof Funeral Home, and on behalf of all of us here at the McCabe Roof Funeral Home, we want to wish all our hardworking, dedicated high school athletes the very best this football season. May your efforts lead you to victory, game after game.
McCabe Roof Funeral Home in Clymer is the standard in compassion and funeral services in the area. Call them or find McCabe Roof Funeral Home at McCabeRoofFH.com or on Facebook. McCabe Roof Funeral Home wishes all our local athletes the best of luck this football season.
Valley victory.
Absolutely. Let's start with team stats. Berlin Brothersvalley, 328 yards of total offense on 44 plays. Penns Manor, 155 yards just on 48 plays. 202 of those yards for Berlin was passing, 49 for Penns Manor. The remaining 126 yards were on the ground. Receiving, 202 yards for them. Good night for them all around. Penalty-wise, 8 for Penns Manor for 60 yards, only 2 for Berlin Brothersvalley. 4 turnovers, 4 for Penns Manor, 0 for Berlin. Individual stats, let's start with Berlin Brothersvalley. Pace Prostrick, quarterback, 10 of 18 passing, 202 yards, 3 touchdowns. Didn't play much that entire fourth quarter due to the reserves coming in. Max Hill, 3 of 10, 49 yards passing, 1 interception. Amin Lieb, 0 completions, 1 attempt and 1 interception. Rushing for Berlin Brothersvalley, Aiden Ream led the way with 47 yards on 7 carries. Colby McLucas, 38 yards on 3 carries. Cody Kimmel, 16 yards on 3 carries. For Penns Manor, Carter Smith led the way, 38 yards on 7 carries. Braden Pytash, 21 yards on 3 carries. Same look for Dallas Leisure as well. Receiving for Berlin Brothersvalley, Colby McLucas, 2 catches, 59 yards, 2 touchdowns. Josiah Rock, 1 catch, 21 yard, but he had that other touchdown as well. Receiving for Penns Manor, Justin Marshall led the way, 43 yards on 2 catches. Defense for Penns Manor, Max Hill with 1 sack, the only sack for Penns Manor. 3 tackles for Adam Ultimus and Amin Lieb. Those are your look at your stats for tonight.
And our First Commonwealth Bank post-game show continues. First Commonwealth Bank, time to be first, member FDIC. Final score 35-0 Berlin Brothersvalley. And it is an IRMC high school football Saturday night on Cat Country 106.3 FM, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Renda Digital TV.
The Rose of Sharon Floral Shop in Clymer is a proud supporter of Penns Manor High School. Located in the heart of Clymer, they've been providing beautifully designed floral arrangements specializing in birthdays, anniversaries, get well, funerals, weddings, homecomings, and proms for over 30 years. The Rose of Sharon Floral Shop is the trusted name for all your floral needs. Call 724-254-4234 or visit our website at roseofsharonclymer.net. Go Comets!
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
The Climber Slovak Club is a proud supporter of Penn's Manor Athletics and wishes the Comets the best of luck in the playoffs. The Slovak Club opens 7 days a week with daily specials, including Tuesday Pasta Night, Taco Wednesdays, Thursday is their famous Wing Night, and Friday is Peel and Eat Shrimp. Reminder that tomorrow is the Chili Contest, November 23rd, all-you-can-eat taco bar, and December 10th is the Members Christmas Party. The club is always accepting new members and is now in a membership special, so just stop on by and join the best club in the area.
The team at Sheets and Climber would like to wish all the athletes the best of luck in tonight's matchup. If you're watching and listening and you're hungry or thirsty, Sheets and Climber is the place to go. Before, during, after the game, or anytime. MTO sandwiches, hot dogs, crispy chicken, fresh salads, or cool down with a smoothie. Candy, gummies, fried pickles, mac and cheese bites, and jalapeno poppers. Don't forget to bring your Sheets rewards card and take advantage of great Sheets offers. Sheets and Climber, a proud partner of the Penn's Manor Comets.
Business happens here, and here, and here. At First Commonwealth, we believe that to be the best bank for the businesses that create strong communities, we need to understand the way they work, see their companies firsthand, meet them face to face, and build a relationship so we can help them build their business.
Hi, this is George Tate of Tate Supermarket in Clymer, established in 1906. And ever since, it's been our family's mission to be the best community grocery store that we can be. It's been so gratifying that the people of Indiana County have voted Tate Supermarket as the best grocer in Indiana County. We are so grateful and have always strived to live up to our motto that the most important item in our store has always been you, the customer. Thanks again from Tate Supermarket in Clymer, Pennsylvania.
Our First Commonwealth Bank post-game show. First Commonwealth Bank, time to be first, member FDIC. Again, the final, Berlin Brothersvalley 35, Penn's Manor nothing, and the Mountaineers continue their celebration on the field with the Appalachian Bowl plaque, which should be a bowl, in my opinion.
We were talking off the air. It should be a bowl filled with something like the Cheez-It Bowl in college football. I think that'd be pretty interesting, with a concert to follow by Bowling for Soup.
I was going for healthy fruits, but whatever. The final score, 35-0. This is a District 5 team against a District 6 team, so it does not affect what will happen in the playoffs at all. Penn's Manor is going to still be the number 1 seed in District 6. They'll play on Friday night. Glendale appears to be the opponent for Penn's Manor. Northern Cambria also playing on Friday night, and they most likely will get Mo Valley. And then most likely, again, these are not official, District 6 still has to make that determination. Homer Center, Cambria Heights on Saturday night. Portage making the trip to Juniata Valley on Saturday night. And also a double-A game on Friday night involving the Heritage Conference would be West Shamokin at Richland. That is going to do it for us for tonight. 35-0 is the final. Berlin Brothersvalley the win. You've been watching the Heritage Conference and the West Pack meeting up for one final time in the Appalachian Bowl. And it's on Cat Country 106.3 FM, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Renda Digital TV.
Looking for one of the coolest new products in the market, or maybe looking for that unique Christmas present? Psst, it will cure your pain at the pump.
SeaWorld Satellites is now offering the Go Express e-bike, made for the urban commuter and weekend adventurer, combining city cruising and all-terrain riding. From pavement to hills, streets to sand, take your Go Express bike to your next meeting or exploration. This e-bike can run up to 18 miles in electric mode. To look at or take a test ride, come to SeaWorld Satellites on Wayne Avenue in Indiana.
Robindale Energy Services is a proud supporter of high school athletics and our hometown community. To do its part for the local rural areas, Robindale Energy has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot the western Pennsylvania landscape. These waste piles, remnants from past decades of mining in the region, are removed and used to create affordable energy for America. Robindale Energy has helped to clean up hundreds of miles of streams and channels. In the area where the land has been restored for a while, streams have become alive again and able to support plant and fish life. For employment opportunities, contact Robindale Energy at 814-446-6700, extension 120.
The Indiana County Technology Center is now accepting enrollment in our adult education programs. The ICTC's adult education programs offer in-demand post-secondary programs tailored to empower student success. From cosmetology to welding and practical nursing, the ICTC has a program for everyone. Indiana County Technology Center, empowering tomorrow's workforce.
Luxembourg's Jewelers, a proud supporter of all the area athletes, would like to wish the best of luck to all the Heritage Conference schools and, of course, the Indiana Little Indians this season. With 2 convenient locations, Luxembourg's Jewelers is the winning choice for gifts of any occasion. Show your school pride with gifts ranging from beautifully logoed coffee mugs, keychains, money clips, water bottles, and more. From the Indiana Mall to downtown Indiana, Kip, Jeff, and the Luxembourg's team wishes everyone an MVP season. Luxembourg's Jewelers is Indiana's jeweler.
I'm Jerry Roof of the McCabe Roof Funeral Home, and on behalf of all of us here at the McCabe Roof Funeral Home, we want to wish all our hardworking, dedicated